let's kick it off. Ready for the weekend, can't get enough. Got my crew, Mike, Paul, Joyce, Lazy's laugh. Zach and Lily bring the fun, we're on the path. It's the Nintopics podcast ride. Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Turn it up, volume high. Nintendo vibes, flying sky. Press play, let's dive in deep. Catching all the secrets we keep. It's the Nintopics podcast ride. Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Shoulders click, stories flow. Laughs and smiles as we go. Every Friday night so bright. Nintopics podcast feels so right. Oh. From Mario to Zelda quests. Talking all the games we love the best. Choices, insights, Zach's big grin. Lily's got the news, let's begin. It's the Nintopics podcast ride. Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Controllers and stories flow. Laughs and smiles as we go. Oh. Every Friday night so bright. Nintopics podcast feels so. Nintopic podcast, all things Nintendo. Yeah.
Ooh, on to testing, test. Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
We're live.
Hello.
Happy Friday, everyone. It's time for the Nintopic podcast. I don't know if you've heard. We're just a little podcast that just goes on every single Friday, live like at night, right? And so our goal is to make your weekend the best ever, right? It's like the best way to end your weekend, your week, and start your weekend. If you had a hard time at work today, guess what? It's getting better. The Nintopic podcast is here to put a smile on your face. If you are looking forward to a great weekend, then what better way to start it than here at the Nintopic podcast? Without further ado, let me introduce you to the people who are going to make that happen, right? Because I'm not going to do that. These people are in charge. They're the ones who are going to make your sun shine brighter this weekend. Introducing Joycey the J, or Joycey J,
Guys.
correspondent.
Yes, I'm obviously live from Hyrule. I'm obviously in the castle. Zelda's next door. Lily is in the west wing of the castle.
I like the West Wing.
Naturally, Paul's not here yet. I think he's still mowing
Simone.
the Hyrule field because he likes to mow it. That's totally legit. So we doing great. Really glad the work week is over. I had an insane week.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about games and chill.
Yep.
That is awesome. And then let's move it over to, we'll stay in Hyrule to Lilly Hyrule. How are you doing, Lily?
Doing great. I'm in the same boat as you, Joycey. I got tired of the week and I'm just so happy that it's finally over. I hope everybody that's watching as well. Grab your coffee, your soda, whatever you would like to join and drink with us. That'll be amazing. And I don't remember if I've been playing. Oh, I've been playing a lot of Luigi's Mansion 2 still. Tomorrow I'm gonna beat the game finally. So
Nice.
finally, because it has been taking me forever. But I'm taking my time. Like, out of life, you don't really have time for playing video games as much as we did when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Now we have the money to buy our own games. and everything that we want in terms of gaming, but we don't have time to play them.
Sure don't.
Right?
I just think about all the books I want to read and all the games I want to play, and I have no time because I have to work.
So many things that we would like to do and we simply can't. And for a game that I'm actually hoping for, I guess the only one for me is going to be Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. That's it.
Right?
So until September. Well, 1 month and change, right?
Yeah,
16 months, approximately.
yeah, you're right. I mean,
A shorter time than we had to wait for Tears of the Kingdom.
that's in September, and then we have in October. What do we have in October? I know that Luigi and Mario is in November.
Yeah.
What do we have in October? I'm forgetting. We have
For one of
Brother
the
Oh wait, you already said that. I'm sorry.
yeah, in November.
There's another one.
isn't the Dragon Quest Collection something?
That one's coming. Oh my god! Like what was it?
Another.
It was another like big Nintendo one. Though.
Ooh, that mean that 2D, the 2D, 3D type Dragon game, quest game.
The remaster or something.
Yeah, that's one I'm looking forward to playing that a lot.
Yeah.
But that's not the one. I'm talking about a first party Nintendo game.
There's a release schedule.
Yeah, I'm looking
It's
right
very
now.
useful. This is super useful. I just realized that there is a schedule timeline on the Nintendo website. Nintendo.com.
I use it every day on every website and every video.
Yeah. So October we have the Super Mario Party Jamboree. And then November we have Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And January next year is Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Yeah. So
And what day does Miles Edgeworth Investigations come out? Because that's the one I'm waiting on.
Edgeworth?
No, you don't like the Ace Attorney games, actually.
Ace Attorneys.
Is that
It's
Emil?
a visual novel.
Is that Emil?
No,
that's Emil.
Famicom.
Yeah.
Detective Famicom. No.
Yeah.
Famicom Detective, something like that.
It's Family something. Yeah. Family something.
It's a similar in nature because they're both visual novels, but Ace Attorney is not. There are some things you have to just say, okay, that's part of the story, but it's not scary.
Yeah.
It's not gonna keep you up at night. Nothing like that.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So me, I've been playing still Ocarina of Time, but again, Lily said it best. Sometimes as an adult with responsibilities, sometimes hard to find the time to even get through. I'm still inside one of the temples. I think it's the Forest Temple. I'm in there somewhere.
Wait, you were still
Ocarina?
You have been there for ages now. What's going on? Do you need
He's
our help?
busy.
I've been there for a week. Yeah, I've been there for a week. And the last time I told you that was the last time I played. I was there.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Link.
You're forgiven.
Link.
You're forgiven.
Go get Mike out of the Forest Temple. Okay, he's gonna go get you, honey. He's gonna go get you.
So yeah, I mean it's I'm looking forward to getting back into it. I have not purchased any other game. Like I'm literally treating Ocarina of Time like it's a brand new game to me and just really immersed into it like it just came out. And so that's why I'm excited about that game. And I'm planning on doing the same with others. I mean, I have I don't know whether to buy Luigi's Mansion on Switch just because I have it on 3DS, right? And so it's there. I can play it on 3DS. Maybe just go ahead and enjoy that experience, right?
Yeah, I honestly would say that you're good with the 3D. The only reason why I bought it is because I never played it on the 3D version. Like I never got it. So I got Luigi's Mansion 1 and 3. I completely finished both and I love them. And I skipped the 3DS. So but it's not a big of a difference. It does look nice. Like there is a lot of improvement in terms of the, the graphics. They did tweak a few things as far as I understand, but it's not the, if you don't get it.
All right, sounds good. So I feel better now. I can go ahead and then
you're good.
After I play, actually, I have to wait a little bit for that one because I'm on a Zelda thingy now. I'm on a Zelda
marathon.
Once I finish Ocarina of Time, then I'm gonna go and jump over to. I have Skyward Sword on Switch, so maybe I might as well start that one over. And
I'm so happy for Skyward Sword because it was such an amazing game, and a lot lot kind of skipped it. Story-wise, music, it's just amazing.
You're gonna love it, Mike.
I know I should go over to the scary one with the scary moon after Ocarina of Time. But
It's
I'll give
called Majora's Mask.
I'll give myself. Is there anything within the game that is pertinent to the story, to the lore that I need to know?
Not really.
Not
honestly.
really.
No.
No.
So it's
No.
a
Yeah.
so Skyward Sword is more important than that one.
Yes. It's the
Yes.
first one in the timeline.
Okay. So that's what.
Officially and technically, its own Skyward. We always end up talking about Zelda, probably because we live here.
I'm
But
sorry.
seriously,
We're
it's-
sorry, Mike.
No,
We
don't-
can't help it.
but
But
I always want to bring it up.
but Skyward Sword is specifically the first in the timeline because that's the first you see what happens with the Master Sword, and I'll leave it at that in case you don't know.
Okay. So basically,
But we don't know what happened before that because when you see the story, it's like, well, wait, well, what about that? That happened.
And more questions.
More questions.
Yeah. So
But I want to explain something about. I'm sorry. I was going to explain something about Majora's Mask because I'm going to defend it.
wasn't
It's not
Rauru?
scary.
So Rauru was before Skyward Sword, or because Hyrule was already no. Where is Rauru from Tears of the Kingdom located in
Treated
there?
as a separate timeline
Really?
So
right now. Mhm.
what based off of what Anuma said, the Wild Era, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the
Yeah.
Wild Era is far into the future
Mhm. Mhm.
even after the very last game in the timeline, which is well, depending on which timeline you're
Which
talking about. There's-
timeline because of splits, yeah. But
basically
the new
the
games
timelines.
actually. I mean, the older games like Zelda 1, Zelda
Yeah.
2.
Those come after Ocarina of Time, technically.
Right.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so the Wild Era is way into the future. So when they say 10,000 years ago in the imprisoning war,
Yeah.
that there's a good possibility that something happened
Mm-hmm.
between the very end of the timeline as we know it and the Wild Era. Something happened where Hyrule had to get founded again or something of that nature. So,
Okay. So all right.
but
Okay.
Raru's name does. You should see it in Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword. You're gonna recognize somebody.
Yeah. So once I get into the games, I really want to get into a really big discussion about this because it's very interesting to me. It's becoming more interesting every day more as I play the game. And so, yeah,
we're gonna do a pajama party for that one. We're gonna bring the snacks. We're gonna discuss.
Yep.
Yeah. So before we get into that, I want to introduce Paul Yale Network just made it in. Hey Paul, what's
Hey,
up?
Paul.
What's that thing?
Hello, how's it going?
Why is there like a light in front of? Wait, is that Emil's cousin? This doesn't even look like Emil.
No, he's just lit.
This is lit.
Paul
But
is lit.
I want to go ahead and do a shout out to Mr. Zach, the Mac Hendricks. Right now, he had a minor family emergency. Is all good.
All good.
He assured us that he's doing good, but he did have a family emergency he had to take care of.
Yes.
That's why we want to excuse him, send him all our love, and we'll see him in the next episode of the podcast. And with that, we've got Paul. You just came this time because I was just finished telling people how I was this week and what I've been playing. And so, your turn. What's up, Paul? How you doing?
Pretty good. It's been busy. I got sidetracked with Indie Mania stuff today, which is why I am late to the podcast because I was busy talking and lost track of time and like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm glad that I didn't miss too much, but yeah,
Just in time.
As Mike knows, Indie Mania is wrapping up. Well, pre-wrapping up.
Gearing up. It's gearing up. It's getting bigger every day.
So it's
growing.
getting more and more exciting, and that's cool. A lot of cool things to look forward to. So I've been doing that. I've been working on the Zelda pool project as well, and that took up a little bit of time today, but that's coming along. So I'm excited to hopefully share more maybe next week. Maybe you'll even see it for the first time at Indie Mania. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a reveal or something. We'll see.
He's also
Yeah. Today I've been playing some games, just a little bit though, because too busy with everything else. But I've been enjoying Fortnite.
Awesome.
Fortnite.
It's an easy game to hop back
Yeah.
into. I don't play it all 12 months of the year, but once in a while something really pulls me in. Like
Nice.
you know, when Goku came out with the Kamehameha and the flying Nimbus, it was just so cool that like that occupied a good couple of months, and then something else comes out, and like right now my son and daughter happening to be in it a lot, it's like, Well, it's easy. You've got some Metallica music, which is kind of fun,
Ooh.
and a crossover with some other IP, and yeah. Oh, and by the way, well, no, that's not really gaming. No, it's gaming.
It's
Uh,
fine.
Deadpool and
counts.
Wolverine was really
Oh.
cool and popular
Really?
and awesome yesterday, and
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine are now in addition to Fortnite. Not that they haven't been before, but like
Yeah,
they're
that's
kind of
right.
highlighting them now. So
That's nice. That's cool.
I
Oh.
tied something non-gaming into gaming. But
Yeah.
And they're also at California Adventure. Disney California Adventure on the Adventure. What's the name of that section? I keep forgetting. Anyways, but there's a Marvel area in California Adventure, and now you can take pictures with Deadpool and Wolverine.
And I think that actually Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are at Disneyland today. Yeah,
They were.
that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I want to shout out to Boo Mini once again. Like every single podcast, he shows up to gift one membership to a lucky member. This time, it was Tall Show. Welcome, Tall Show. You are the newest member of the Odyssey. Thank you for joining. You are appreciated. Enjoy all the little perks you have here, including not today, but starting in the future podcast. I'll let you guys know. Members of any channel, either Paul Gale's channel, Lily's channel, Joyce's channel, get one question in per podcast, and it could be part of the conversation. So I'll let you guys know when that starts. Right now, if you want to become part of a conversation without being a member, you can do that with any super chat, like at any amount, and just chip in and say, yeah, I disagree about what Paul is saying right now because
Who would dare say that?
my shirt is red and Paul Gale's shirt is blue, but I'm whatever you want to chip in with in regards to the conversation, you can do it now with any super chat, right? To any channel. And so that soon we'll start with any member gets to have one question during the podcast, imagine having 100 members and everybody asks the question at the same time. Well, oh boy. That's going to be the podcast. That's going to be the podcast.
We just got one, by the way. There's one in the chat.
Okay, from a member?
Yeah, from Super Chat.
Oh, Super Chat. Okay. Let me go ahead and get to that. And that's cool because Super Chats automatically go to the start thing.
Yeah.
So
Can I say one more thing too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We do have a Q&A section that is at the end. So some of you that have questions as well that want to super chat in, hang on to them, and we will be happy to discuss them at the end as well. We do want to shout this one out because it's kind of germane to the conversation.
And listen, if you have a question you want us to answer during the Q&A, you can ask it at any time. Just make sure at Mike Odyssey, and then one of us will start it, and we can actually save the questions. Like Lily actually discovered that we can save those questions back here. Then once the Q&A starts, we can get right to it and start answering questions right away instead of just kind of waiting for questions to come in. So yeah, you can. Throughout the podcast, if you have any questions you want to leave for the Q&A section, go ahead and ask it, and then we'll see it and highlight that, and then we'll kind of save it for the end, okay?
If somebody like Clifford Favors, who just did a super chat for $5, has a comment, not a question, is that cool to highlight in the here and now?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So speaking of which, Clifford Favors just dropped a $5 super chat. It says, Paul, you look like you're creating Goku's Kamehameha attack in the picture. That is pretty close to what I'm doing. You could say it's the Kamehameha or Ryu's Hadouken, but yes, it's exactly what I'm doing. Good eye.
You got it.
Picture of Paul? I didn't know. I thought it was like Emil.
No, that's
that was last week.
Yeah, that was last podcast.
Paul's moved on.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clifford, for that super chat. And with that, let's go ahead and move over to our main topics of the day. Today, we got a couple of topics really quick. Let's do some quick rapid fire here. In the news, we got some really cool stuff that was presented to us in this week. I'm going to go ahead and highlight those right now and show you guys what has happened. The first thing we got that was very, very cool is, let's see here. I think this is it. Let me know.
I'm excited.
I think.
wait a minute.
Chrome has lost permission to share stuff. Come on, peeps.
Why can't technology just?
Yeah, it's
Easy.
the bird from this place called StreamYard does not make up his mind. Sometimes we can share stuff, sometimes we can't. But we're talking about the Lego Super Mario, Lego Super Mario World.
Yes.
And if you guys, anybody can actually share it. If you guys have the picture, something like that, you guys can share it. So Lego Super Mario World, they announced a new set of Lego Super Mario. It's a Mario on Yoshi, and
So cool.
it's like a mechanical Lego set where it actually moves through the back of the Lego set. There is like a little mechanical handle that you can spin around, and towards the front, it looks like Mario is actually walking with Yoshi to a point where
It's so
Yoshi
cute.
actually opens his mouth and stick out his tongue like he's gonna grab something or whatever, and then brings it back in one motion. So what's really, really cool, people are talking about the price. The price is $160, but I think it's worth it. It's a big giant set. I think it's one of the most creative sets I've seen in a while, and I think it's pretty worth it, right? Pretty worth it. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, or what you guys think about the price. $160. And the next rapid fire is that the Mario plus Rabbids leads. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I got it up.
Oh, awesome! Beautiful. So you guys are watching. This is the little Lego set that they recently released. As you can see, you can actually put it together. Pretty.
Click.
It's a good size. It's a really good size.
Oh, it's
And
so
that, yeah, take a look at that. You can make him walk, and then I think he also opens his mouth, and then there you go.
yeah.
This is still my favorite Mario game,
Yeah.
and I was like, in Deku Tree Lego, cute. I love it. I would like to have it, but it's kind of like, nah, okay. But this, no, I need it. Oh no, I need it. I have to have it.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I have to.
It's really cool. I think it's really, really cool. And I think it's one of the most creative ones we've seen in a while. It is worth the $160. I know people online would find everything expensive.
It's cheaper than the Deku Tree.
Yeah, it is way cheaper.
This, I think, is what people originally had in mind, or what they wanted when they first heard that Nintendo was crossing over with Lego. And I do like, and I think it was cool when we got Lego Super Mario. He was a different variation. He didn't look like his 100% normal self. It was Lego-wise, but it wasn't like pieces. It was a top-down, almost like if they did a Lego Legend of Zelda set, it would be this top-down perspective. But Mario is more of a side-scroller traditionally. So, ironically, the Mario pieces looked more Zelda-like in their top-downness, whereas this is seen completely from, our 2D gameplay perspective, and is a 2D character sprite.
Yeah.
They eventually had stuff like, the Mighty Bowser, which was, that's a central piece. Princess Peach's castle, but this is straight out of the game. This is recreating something one-to-one, not a Lego interpretation of it. It is using every pixel and a block, because even Lego Bowser, even though it's a big set, it is sort of Lego-fied. This isn't really. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't change up the look of Mario and Yoshi. This is from that SNES classic, and it's got the yellow cape, which I also love.
Yeah.
This is
which is also an NSO. Just letting y'all know, if you have not played,
Yeah. Go ahead and play
enrich your life.
now. All right, Lily, I sent you an image on Discord.
Yeah.
And moving over to the next rapid fire. This one is about Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The lead for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope has left Ubisoft. His name is David. I'm calling it David because it ends in an E. Davide, whatever. Soliani, he left Ubisoft. And, well, the question is out there whether Ubisoft will continue doing Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, or I know he left to do his own thing. Good for him, right? Because if he felt like constrained, that he, spread your wings and fly. But yeah, this is the next rapid fire one before we go into the main topics of the day, rapid fire. I hope that Nintendo does continue the thingy, but I hope they only narrow it down to just one game per system, because like they found out the second game they do as well as they wanted. And so with that, let's move over to the main topics of the day. Thank you, Lilly, for sharing that image.
You're welcome.
All right, so guys, that is basically rapid fire. We're gonna start that every single podcast. Rapid fire is just a little portion where each of us will share some news that we've heard. I think Lily has Josie has one more rapid fire before we move over. But rapid fire is basically we'll just mention the news so you know about it. We're not gonna talk about it or discuss it because we have our main topics, but we also want to bring up the news. We want to share the news and then let you guys know what's going on in the world of Nintendo. So Josie, go ahead and move for that rapid fire before we go move on.
I believe, and it's a little Splatoon update in case you don't know, I believe it's going to be August 9th, and we are having another Splatfest before we get to the final grand finale. And the choices of teams are bread, rice, pasta, all carbs.
All carbs.
How am I supposed to pick? I mean, come on.
Toss a coin or something.
I'm
You
like,
can't make grilled cheeses without bread.
Is it keto?
exactly.
Yum, yum, yum.
Dang.
You can't have chicken without rice, and
Have
You
pizza without the dough.
I mean, you want, and who doesn't like pasta?
As long as it's keto friendly, I'm on it. If not, then I'm sorry. But, thank you so much for sharing, Joyce. That's awesome, guys. It's happening. So make sure you join the team. Don't be upset if you lose. Just have fun and enjoy the ride.
I'll be upset with you.
All right. So topic number one. It's something that we've all been talking about, guys. If you didn't know, well, Nintendo news is pretty slow lately, just because we are kind of in the that calm before the storm. The calm before the storm. It always happens every time before something really major happens. We have this. Oh my God! Something happened, please, so we can talk about it. This moment kind of thing. And so right now, I've been looking at a couple of YouTubers. They all feel the same exact way. Nothing is happening. We just have to kind of talk about certain things. But one topic that has been taken over is the launch titles for Nintendo Switch 2. If you guys didn't know, back in 2016, in October, my birthday month, Nintendo debuted the first trailer for Nintendo Switch. And they didn't only show us the system in action, but they also gave us a glimpse of games that were coming for Nintendo Switch. Mario Odyssey was in that trailer before they even officially announced it, and then they went ahead and announced it more official, and I think it came out like in October of that year, right? It came out in month 7th of the Switch life cycle. So we're talking about Nintendo Switch games that might make it to Nintendo's launch period. The launch period is the first 6 months of the Nintendo Switch 2's life. So if it comes out in March, then 6 months after March, every game that comes out after then, that is the launch time frame. So it's exciting because that means the next Mario, the next Splatoon, the next Zelda, the next Animal Crossing, that next game that you've been waiting for so long, you're about to see it. We are so close to getting brand new, brand spanking new games. Let's call it that. Spanking new games in the wrapper, right? With that brand new car smell. You have it if you had a car recently.
I do, and my car does still smell like new car smell.
A scent.
It is a scent.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you work from home and don't drive it as much for a few months.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we're there, guys. We are about to experience brand new games. I know we've been all asphyxiated with how the Switch will look like. How will they have Joy-Cons? Will the screen be bigger? All these little specs, backwards compatibility. But we haven't really dived into the actual next generation of games. What will they look like, right? What is the next Mario looking like? I know Nintendo just remade Mario with Mario Wonder. they updated their animations. They did so much to change that the side-scrolling Mario. Will they do the same with 3D Mario? Will we see a brand new Mario design now that we have a brand new Mario voice actor? And so there are so many questions that could be answered. And so I want to go ahead and we have here the first thing we want to go over in that line is I'm going to ask this question to you guys. Will there be a new IP? Everybody's been clamoring for one.
Yes.
New IP. New
Yes.
character we can all fall in love with. New character we can start exploring. New character that we can kind of, start cosplaying maybe.
Yes.
So anyway, wait, and then go ahead and just picture that new IP. What does it look like to you?
Here's the thing. God, that's why I always start off with a sentence with that. Here's the thing. So of course we're gonna get the Mario and the stuff we already love, but I think for a brand new IP, it's kind of tough to see where Nintendo's gonna go because we kind of have everything, right? We got our good platformer, we got our Alien with Metroid Prime 4, we have our action adventure with Zelda. Pokemon's always doing stuff. There's always a little bit of everything. So I'm not sure what, but that's the beauty of Nintendo. They never cease to surprise me. These titles that we've been playing since our childhood have gotten better and better and better. So, it may not be exactly what I may want, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to just knock my socks off.
Yeah. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. About
one more thing.
Yeah,
Monolith Soft.
They are working on a new IP. Yeah, you're right.
Working on a new IP.
Yeah.
And the magic that they did it wasn't just magic. I don't know, they sold their soul or something like that because I don't know how they were able to do any of that. So what they're going to do with Switch 2 that has a little bit more beef on it. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I agree. Lily, what do you think?
Are we talking about like brand new IPs, or we're talking about the bigger IPs coming, new releases for the?
No, right now we're talking about brand spanking new IP, like something
never seen it before.
Never seen it before. I do agree with Joycey on that one. However, because it has been a very long time since we haven't had a console. PlayStation is kind of working on their own kind of Astro Play game now, and
I'm about that. I'm hyped for Astro.
It looks great. Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's
so
beautiful.
I feel that there is a way, or there's a little bit of possibility for them to be working on a new IP. However, that being said, I will aim more towards getting or creating another game with their current IPs. Such as we had with Smash Brothers when it first came out, or Strikers, or something like that in that nature. I feel that that'll be more suitable versus creating a brand new IP. But who knows? Of course, Nintendo always their own way.
What I want from you is tell me what the new IP could look like.
What could look like?
Yeah, go ahead, make it up in your head and tell me what do you think if there were some type of new IP. Looking at the landscape as we know it now, what could be a good addition to what we have without making it feel repetitive?
I wouldn't know exactly of the characters. Like in my mind, it doesn't compute. It doesn't work. However, I will definitely work on a game, 3D kind of adventure game as they always do.
Yeah.
But incorporating a good multiplayer, campaign, as well as being able to integrate all the functionalities that we currently have, like the amiibos and all that kind of stuff. But I know that, for example, Splatoon has been very successful in terms of multiplayer. All the other ones out there, they're kind of there, but I don't feel it's not as big as Fortnite or all those kind of bigger Minecraft and all that. I feel like they really need to settle into something big like that to bring like the community together, because I really enjoy my first player games, but that's because I grew up on that. And I rather spend some time playing my own games like that instead of multiplayer. But in reality, that's really what works, right? To have something big as that. Like Pokemon did it with Unite. they went into the MMO basically, right? It's basically a League of Legends, but for Pokemon. So I feel that they need something like that. Wouldn't be my favorite though, because again, it's not for me. But that's just me. But I
So-
feel like they need something like that.
Yeah, so an ongoing game like Fortnite type of MMO.
Ongoing game. That's
Okay,
exactly the
I
way.
mean, that counts. That actually counts because that's something that even though Splatoon could technically be considered an ongoing game because it's ongoing but something more in line of Fortnite. I agree with that one. What do you think, Paul? If they were to make a brand new IP now, and what could that IP look like without sounding repetitive to what they already have? Because I know that they got platforms, they got action adventure games, they got exploring games. I mean, they got it. So what could Nintendo introduce? Where's the gap? Where is that hole they need to fill?
Probably the only genre that they don't have is that slower paced, behind the back shoulder adventure game of the Uncharted variety, or The Last of Us, or the new modern God of Wars.
Okay.
Not necessarily open world, camera pulled back farther, go anywhere that you truly want to, because modern day Zelda satisfies that. Not necessarily third person perspective Mario Odyssey, once again, camera further pulled back and jumping around, but new God of War, the Uncharted series, The Last of Us, they all play different. Resident Evil 4 going onwards, they all play different. It's that third person, slower paced, allowing for more visual fidelity because you don't have to pan the camera around as quickly, and you don't have as much, environmental tangibility. So that's kind of why certain games look better. Breath of the Wild doesn't look good, but it could look better if it was smaller. Like Luigi's Mansion 3, you could argue its polygons and its raw shadows and lighting look better than Breath of the Wild because it's smaller and more contained. Well, that's what, is kind of like Sony's strong suit, is a slower paced game that's very story driven. They don't have to worry about your character clipping into a tree. They don't let you go to the tree. They don't have to worry about your character not being able to climb the house. You can't even get to the house. So you don't have to build the house and its polygon model on the other side, just what you see. It's kind of like if you would go to Universal Studios lot or any kind of film lot on TV. You don't see the whole house. You see what they want you to make, what they're making, what you want you to see. Nintendo's games, they build the whole house because you interact with the whole house. So I think it would be interesting to see Nintendo have a little bit of a different, just not their whole gameplay DNA, because I love that they're very gameplay focused. And not that this game wouldn't be gameplay focused, but just very different from their standard game. A little bit slower pace that allows them to, pound their chest with a little bit more beefy muscle. Have a gameplay system that would benefit it in some way, whether it's sword combat or martial arts based, punching and kicking with enemies. I think that's my answer, is not to say PlayStation-esque, but like even Gears of War, and that's Xbox. Xbox's branded one. It's just that type of third person behind the back, slower paced title. But who is the character and what is the hook? Like, are you a martial artist? Are you a swordsman? Not to say a shooter, because that doesn't fit too well. But then again, they're also expanding. I mean, they're making their first in-house M-rated, not published, but M-rated developed game with Emio. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the most likely, but that would be probably the most wild one. What I do think is probably something from the Monolith Soft team. We saw their artwork teased long time ago, indicating kind of the direction that they're going to next. So it might be another Xeno game, maybe not necessarily Xenoblade, They did Xeno Saga and Xeno Gears in the past, so could this be playing off of how they like to go XENO something? Or do they continue Blade, but it's a whole new trilogy, it's a whole new birth of something else? That would kind of count as a new IP, depending on how different it was. Maybe instead of this big open world 8-party, 6-party RPG, it's a slower 3-person team and not as big of a world, but once again, allows for that greater fidelity. It's a little slower paced.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's like Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy games have they do have the 8 player, but you can select 4 of them to actually battle with you in the field and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree. Like
a Final Fantasy X for the modern era. Maybe that's something what Monolith Soft could do, and that would be pretty cool because that's pretty different. Oh, 1 second.
No worries. All right, so I personally feel that when it comes to IPs, Nintendo has, for the most part, they've covered everything for the most part. What I would like to see as a brand new IP is something maybe more for, not so much for kids, but more for adults, as in not that it's rated M17 or whatever like that, but more in regards to storytelling, right? Let's say one game that can come to mind is a Call of Duty type of game that has this big giant historic thing to it, and it's more for teens and up, right? Something in that. So I know they got Metroid, which is like adventure type horror game. We can call it horror sometimes because they got the jump scares and stuff. But something in that line. I know that IP that we're working on looks like Samurai, right? With I remember the image of that brand new IP that Monolith is working on. It looks beautiful. But I feel like they need something to get those. I hope they do it with Metroid, like they do a multiplayer area besides the main game. They do like a little multiplayer area so that game continues to kind of grow. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm like, what can Nintendo do as a brand new IP? It already, right? Let's see here. The next one here is all right. So now it's a fun part. Now we're gonna pick the launch titles for the first 6 months of the Nintendo Switch 2 life. Okay. So what games do you want to see Nintendo issue? I'm going to start with Joshi. Joshi, start thinking. What games do you want to see in the first 6 months of the Nintendo Switch 2 life? Take it away.
This is what I think. First of all, we're gonna blow the industry away with Mario 3D, and I will stand on that hill. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So it's gonna be Mario 3D. It's gonna be bigger, I think, than Odyssey. As much as I would love an Odyssey 2, because I loved Mario Odyssey. I thought it was amazing. I was like, I didn't think Mario could get any more interesting than he already was. So it was great. But because it's been so long, I'm kind of wondering, like, what are they working on? Is it an Odyssey 2, or is it something else? Yeah, so I don't know. But I do think it's going to be a Mario 3D, a big one. And I think they're going to do I'm excited even for the trailer, just thinking about it, because I'm thinking about the trailer for Mario Odyssey when we were like, why is there a dinosaur? And then you see Cappy. That was just such a happy moment. And I think they're going to have some other titles as well. I can't think of which ones because I think it's too soon for Splatoon 4. Those who play Splatoon, the final Splatfest determines most of the time the outcome of the next game, what the storyline is going to be, and that sort of thing, what the design is going to be, that sort of thing. But I think it's still too soon for Splatoon 4. I am thinking ARMS 2 legs. Okay. But I do think, because ARMS does have a pretty strong community. I know it's kind of quiet, but I think it sold over 1 million, I believe.
Yeah.
So usually if you hit the 1 million mark, Nintendo will invest pretty big. So I think we can be looking forward to another ARMS title. And we said first 6 months, right? So I do think once the rah-rah is out there about Switch 2, yay Mario, yay arms and legs or whatever, I think that's when they're really going to lay Metroid on us, and they're like, you will buy this game. We have put so much money into this awesome franchise that you all are not playing. Okay. Play all the dang on Metroid games. And I think they're going to lay it on really thick, and that's good because Samus deserves it. For all those who say, well, we want girl fighters or whatever. Okay, well, Samus is there.
There you go. I mean,
and I also think because of I'm not as ear to the ground on PlayStation like I am with Nintendo, but I know there's a bunch of good stuff coming out on PlayStation next year. So I also anticipate a very big, robust of some heavy hitter third parties. I don't know if it's going to be God of War. I don't know if it's going to be Elden Tree, but it's going to be some third party that's like, oh wait, what? We're getting that? Oh wow,
that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's a really big highlight there. When it comes to third party gaming coming finally to Switch, because we finally get a system that could actually handle the power that these games require. So good job, Lucy. I like your selections. Well,
yay, Nintendo hire me.
But you still, did you pick this? Did you pick the first 6 games yet? No, right? You only said Mario.
Huh?
You have to give me your selection for the first 6 months. Like
I thought that was everything.
You did?
Yeah, she did.
I don't know what all third party title. Okay, well here we're gonna go third party titles. Or I don't. Capcom's considered third party, even though they work very closely with Nintendo.
Yeah,
they are.
I know we're getting Miles Edgeworth investigations.
Nice.
Finally, for the first time in the West after a decade, we finally got it localized. I am excited. It's going to make me buy all the other Phoenix Wright games and Apollo Justice. But I want a new Phoenix Wright game, and I want there to be growth with Phoenix. Okay, I want there to be growth. Let Maya's old enough to get married by now. Okay, come on now. Let's move this along. He's got kids. I want to understand what happened with the kids and why their mama don't want to come back. I mean, Ace Attorney got some drama, y'all. So I do want that. That's Capcom. We do have a Professor Layton game coming up, but I care about Phoenix. What is happening with Phoenix? When it comes to, and I'm always going to want Bayonetta 4. Can we just get an announcement that somebody?
I think we'll still get it. We'll get a little more drama with the voice actors involved.
And who? I know, right? With the voice. Now with certain things going on in the industry, y'all can go look it up yourselves. Now it's like, okay, now Helena, now is the time to scream and shout on Twitter. Where are you? Anyway, but yes, if anybody who knows anybody at Platinum working on Bayonetta or cares about her, stop toning her down. Fix the story. If you don't want to fix it, call me. I'll write it for you. Okay. All right, I'm done.
Speaking of that, I think we're gonna have a podcast dedicated. Maybe next week we'll talk about that voice actor thing that's happening with AI and stuff, because that's very interesting. And I got opinions, but they might not be popular, but I want to share them when it comes to that stuff. But it's a thing.
I got some opinions too. Yeah.
We're
gonna put that. Let me put that down in the notes for next week.
Yeah, go ahead, because it's important to talk about that. It's interesting. So, all right, Lily, what do you think? First 6 months.
First 6 months?
Yeah.
I think that Joycey pretty much covered everything. First 6 months, definitely it's going to be Metroid for Metroid Prime 4. That's definitely has been held off for a very long time. I'm not very sure about the 3D Mario, at least for the 6 months. However, that being said, usually they'll work on a new Mario game based of the functionalities, if any new functionalities that the system will have. So like when we had the Mario Galaxy with the little, Wii pad, Wiimote and stuff like that, like there's always something integrated into the functionality of the console. So I'm not very sure if that's going to be available for the first 6 months. Then I wasn't really considering it, but I mean, Joycey really did made a great point about ARMS. I feel that I remember when it first got announced and I got the opportunity to play the demo and everything. and I think it was a very solid game.
Yeah.
But it's so underrated. Like, not. I mean, we know it about
Wait,
it,
which
but
game?
arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's,
It'll be legs, but
yeah, basically, that's
Elbows.
elbows. But
Yeah.
that'd be the third, like the trilogy.
But I mean, I'm
Throws
just
and
gonna
bows.
put it out there, but I doubt that's gonna be a case. But let's speculate. What
Put it
if
out
we
there.
got another Star Fox?
All right, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's why. That's
I definitely would love to see something to come. I mean, especially for Star Fox to come back. Right?
It's due. Yeah, it's very due.
It was a big IP.
And Nintendo just recently renewed their trademarks for Star Fox, so we're it's not like they're done with them, so it's good. All right, that's 5. So we got one more.
A Zelda game
How's it-
overall. Like,
okay.
yeah, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be as big as Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, but something in the lines like Echoes of Wisdom.
I agree. I don't think the next Zelda game will be the big mainline ones. It'll be like the small. Although the Zelda, this one is a mainline game.
It is.
Yeah, they did confirm it. So, but I agree. That's a good selection. And
We're getting another Zelda for until 2026. Either remake, remaster, or brand new.
Correct.
I don't think we're getting anything Zelda next year.
Ocarina of Time remake. You think that's a thing or no?
Oh, yes, are we talking about?
No, both of you.
To everybody, I guess. Yeah.
I believe. I'm sorry, Lily. You go.
No,
girl.
go ahead. No.
I believe it is a thing because
Cool.
too many YouTubers and yourself included, Mike, have pointed out that Onuma's the only legit Zelda leaker.
He's a leaker. Yeah, he talks about it a lot.
He's a
Actually,
leaker.
yeah.
When they asked him about it, he was like, "No comment." I'm like,
And then no, he was like maybe, but he said it in English. He does not really speak English in any of his interviews. So I do think there is a thing. My only concern, because I live here in Hyrule, this is our home. Me and Lily live here in the castle together with Link and Zelda and everybody else. I'm concerned they're just going to put a fresh coat of paint on it and make it prettier and charge me $60.
So basically the same game, like basically do what they did with Metroid, like remaster it, new assets. And stuff.
No, Metroid needed it, so I'm okay with that. And Metroid was $40 or $50 at the jump.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. That's a quality game. So in Ocarina of Time is extreme quality as well. My problem is that Ocarina of Time, you can still go to really any GameStop, any mom and pop shop, any place that really sells games and still buy it. For all of y'all who got an auntie that's my age or an uncle that's my age, they got their N64 somewhere in their house. Okay, go borrow it, and they got their games there, and one of them is Ocarina of Time. I guarantee you. They not have Majora's Mask, but they'll have Ocarina of Time.
Let me go ahead and shout out Blue Meanie for the super chat. And then Joyce, you can go ahead and answer this while you're at it. Do you think? Do you think you'll live stream? Okay. No, I will not live stream Echoes of Wisdom, just because people don't like when we live stream new games. People like to play it themselves. That's what I've heard from the community.
That's true.
And
but I will.
When we do live streams on Echoes of Wisdom, I get like 2 viewers, like just hanging there, just saying hello, hi. You know what?
I come, especially when you're playing Zelda, and I'm like, no, go left. No, Mike, you're going the wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Backseat.
I do not backseat game.
I will start.
Yeah.
Once I get to Wind Waker, I will start live streaming that one. Once I get to there, because right now I'm finishing.
The music.
What am I finishing?
You're finishing Ocarina of Time right now.
Yeah, I'm finishing Ocarina of Time. Once I finish that one, I'm moving over to the first one in the parent timeline, which is Skyward Sword. See, I'm learning, and then the other one is then when I move to Wind Waker, I start streaming there. But when it comes to new games, live streams for new games, people don't want to be spoiled. They want to play it themselves, especially Zelda, especially bigger games. So when it comes to live stream, I could do like a private live stream on Discord if you guys want, but not on the channel. But thank you for your $2 super chat. You are awesome. And then and let me go back to here.
And
And
we gotta ask Paul.
yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and over
Yeah,
to
please.
Mr. PG, and we got Zach in the house. We just got Zach in the house. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold
Oh
on.
yeah.
I,
Go
Guys,
ahead.
so Paul, while I add Zach, you can go ahead and give us your first 6 months of Nintendo first party games in your book. What do you think?
they gotta open up with either a new 3D Mario or a Mario Kart. So if it's not
Mario
one
Kart.
at launch, it's the other.
Uh-huh.
Mario or Mario Kart and
Okay.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Nintendo Switch version.
Mm.
Assuming this thing launches in March, this was March through September. I
Yeah.
think Donkey Kong stayed for holiday, so I think that's an 8-month game. New IP. Within the
And-
first
and-
months,
and
we'll get
Robotic-
that new IP.
You're
Was that-
breaking up a bit, Paul. So we're having a little trouble hearing you.
Yeah, it sounds robotic for a little
Oh,
bit.
RoboPaul.
RoboPaul.
maybe I'll.
Robo-
Yeah.
Paul, are you fighting crime again when you're supposed to be
Oh.
podcasting?
I know. I heard the car.
Yeah.
Guys, Paul's in the Batmobile again. He's fighting crime, and we told him not to fight crime on podcast night. But
Isn't
Yeah,
there
he's
a
probably-
theory
he's probably
that
walking around
Paul
Universal
doesn't
Studios.
have- Oh, sorry.
what'd you say? What'd you say, Zach?
I am currently.
I just said, well, I thought there was a theory that when Paul's camera wasn't on, he was AI Paul.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I'm currently
He's AI Paul.
crime fighting.
What?
Oh.
Hey, come up
Crime
again.
fighting as AI Paul.
AI Paul.
Maybe
All
I'll be on, but maybe I'll answer later when I think my phone might have a better connection.
Okay. All right. So, for just to catch up, first thing, welcome Zach. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We did excuse you. Hopefully everything worked out on your end with the family. Everything good?
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're so glad you came. We really are.
Yeah.
Me too. I
miss
couldn't
ya.
stay away. Couldn't
So-
stay away.
The question is, and you came at the perfect timing because the question is, what games do you see Nintendo launching first party games in the first 6 months of the Nintendo Switch 2 lifespan? But before, let's go ahead and highlight from Demetrio Ramirez Leja, $4.99. Do any of you want a brand new Donkey Kong game? And and Zach, you can start off with this answer. My chunky monkey has way better platforming than Mario.
That's cute.
All right, so Zach, you want to go ahead and answer?
Yeah, I would absolutely love a new Donkey Kong game, but I would love a new 3D Donkey Kong game.
Yeah.
Because I still stand by the fact that Donkey Kong 64 is the most slept on N64 game.
Mm.
So good. All the Kongs, all the weapons, all the collectibles. Like back in the day, people were complaining, oh, there's too many collectibles. I got to get all this and all the letters and all that. Too many collectible. 2024, people are like, oh, replayability.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, of course.
Completionism. Yeah, completionism. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so good, and I would love a Donkey Kong Switch 2. I don't know what you'd call that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I agree. Anybody else want Donkey Kong come back to
I
make
want all the games. I want everything.
All of
So,
them.
yeah.
Yes to Donkey Kong.
I mean, yeah,
All your
As good as
belong
the
to
2D
us.
Donkey Kongs are, as good as the 2D Donkey Kongs are, 3D we've only had one proper one, so it's more longed for. And I think it would be a bigger leap in what they could do with it because it has been, 20 plus years. Whereas there's always more ideas that they could do with, another Tropical Freeze-like game that impresses us with wild, beautiful 2D spanning pieces of art and different gameplay mechanics. But 3D, not that I'm biased towards it, but for this one, like Zach said, gosh, swinging through vines and Spider-Man-like and gliding on vines, Tarzan-like, and the prospect of maybe a cooperative companion, younger sibling mode, basically, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, Diddy Kong.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lanky
I-
and all the other
I would-
Kongs. Oh,
I would love a 3D DK, and
Yeah.
I think we will get it this gen too. Unlike my Star Fox idea, which I've shared
Yeah.
before, my Grand Star Fox idea, that is wishful
Mhm.
thinking. 3D Donkey Kong, I think, is inevitable.
I've always pictured Donkey Kong, the brand new 3D Donkey Kong, as an open jungle game. Like you're in an island, but you have a huge island to explore, and jungles. Like Paul said, swing like Spider-Man with using those vines or whatever. Just kind of, use those
And
things.
jump into the coaster as well.
Yeah, and yeah, have like a little coaster just to go all over the island. It'll be awesome to have it. So. That's a great question, and that actually goes along with what we're talking about. And Zach, go ahead and continue with your. Again, thank you, Dimitri, for that super chat and for that awesome question. And Zach, what are your 6 games that you see Nintendo Switch 2 launching along with the system?
so in honor of that question,
Mhm.
Donkey Kong's now on 3D. Donkey Kong's now on there, whether it's wishful
There you go.
thinking or not. Obviously, Metroid Prime 4 is, I think that's like the freebie space on the bingo card. If we're going with that.
Yeah, everybody got that one. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then some sort of new Mario game, because it's been a minute since Odyssey.
8 years.
And
8
so-
years. Yeah, so
And
Oh my.
let's see.
that's 3 months now. That's you got 3 more months to go.
Give me
Oh
like
my.
Super Mario Universe or something,
So Okay, so that's the new Mario game.
Let's see. What else do we got? Okay, Kirby.
Hold up, wait. So they're gonna downgrade from Galaxy to Universe or upgrade?
Could be. Who knows?
Yeah,
Universe is an upgrade.
the
over
universe
Galaxy.
is bigger.
Smaller, the universe is bigger. So you want them to have different galaxies instead of just having like one. Like
Yeah,
okay,
I just want, to be able to do all of it. I want to go somewhere and have Mario put on the flood. I want to be at Peach's castle. I want to be on the moon. We can combine everywhere we've been in a Mario game so far and go bigger.
pretty big Mario game. Yeah, I agree.
Like in Mario 64, we had these paintings. Where were they though? Like, were they just painting worlds or were they real worlds? Because in Odyssey, you can find paintings and you use those paintings to go to real worlds. That, like, those are like shortcuts and stuff that you would find to get like special moons. So that means in Mario 64, these paintings weren't just little painting worlds. They took you to somewhere in the real world.
Yeah.
So let's like explore those planets that those are on and stuff. But no, yeah, I would love just a follow-up Mario. Obviously, he's the big one. Echoes of Wisdom's coming out this year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
September.
Okay, so I don't see a Zelda launching unless it's some sort of collection. Ooh, the HD. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. The HD Ocarina of Time, and maybe a little collection Ocarina of Time HD, Twilight Princess HD, Majora's Mask HD, and
What?
then I don't know, something absolutely off the walls that none of us are expecting. For me, I'm always gonna say Diddy Kong Racing, but
Diddy Kong Racing.
oh, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Maybe
yeah, yeah.
officially just bring them together if you're not gonna make a proper Diddy Kong Racing sequel.
How about Diddy Kong Racing at least track?
Yes,
Bring-
Something Diddy Kong.
Yeah,
give
bring-
us the hovercrafts and the planes. That's
Nice.
what I want.
Mario versus Diddy.
Nice.
Mario versus Diddy
Ooh.
Racing.
Ooh.
Right?
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So here for it.
That's a good selection. That's a good selection. You guys have really raised the bar. Now you guys left me with nothing. So I have to think about.
Go. You have 5 seconds.
All right. So I believe Nintendo. Of course, they're gonna go with system sellers first, right? They want to push
Yeah.
a system. So system sellers. What are the top 5 most sold games on Nintendo Switch? Number 1 is Mario Kart. That's the best selling game. Number 2 is gonna be Animal Crossing. Nobody mentioned Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Is the number 2 selling game on Nintendo Switch. So
Yep.
I want to see another Animal Crossing. I don't know how they're gonna up it from Mario from New Horizon,
Mm.
but I hope they do bring in a lot of a lot of the features from the Animal Crossing New Horizon or to the new one, but just make it bigger. Give us more villagers. Give us more terraforming. The ability to actually co-op terraform, like having people over and help you decorate your island and build it, so that you can have like little teams making different islands and competing who built the best island or whatever, right?
It'd be cool.
Something like that.
I don't know if you noticed, as soon as you said sales numbers, I was like, because I was like, duh, how could I forget Animal Crossing? Yeah, that's so obvious. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I think that within the first 6 months, right? First 6 months, a Mario game for sure is going to be on day one, along with I think Metroid Prime 4. Day one, let's say just like March 3rd had Breath of the Wild, right? March 3rd had Breath of the Wild launching alongside the Nintendo Switch, although it also launched with Wii U. I think we're gonna have a Mario game on day one, whether it's a Mario Kart or a brand new Mario 3D game. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards a Mario game just because we haven't had a Mario 3D since Mario Odyssey, and Mario Kart has been getting all the love with all the DLC and tracks here, tracks there. You know, they got a whole bunch of phases towards the end, right? So I'm leaning more towards a Mario game. So that's 2, right? Mario Kart, Mario 3D, Animal Crossing, of course, Metroid Prime 4. I'm not gonna say Metroid 5. I take it back. That's too easy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say a new IP. You know why? Because I did mention in the video, and Lily also mentioned it earlier today. Nintendo, there's always a gimmick for every Nintendo system. There's always this new thing they add. There's new feature. There's new way of playing. And Miyamoto himself, he mentioned it in an interview when they asked him about backwards compatibility. He said, "Yes, right now the way we develop has been easier than ever to bring the games forward. So yeah, backwards compatibility is a thing now, but we like to think about the new. We like to think about new experiences of gaming and playing, and each system has its unique new ability that makes gaming more immersive, more fun, and gives us that off and the surprise and the light factor, whatever. And so with that, I'm going to say new IP. Remember that Nintendo Switch at the beginning, they had that 1-2 switch. 1-2 switch. The entire premise of the game was to show you the new features of the game, the new features of the Joy-Con and how to play and how to stuff like that, right? So a game that will demonstrate what the new features of the game are, right? What the new thingies of the game are. So that's my number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go ahead and say Donkey Kong as well. Right, on month 4, this is month 4 of the system. Donkey Kong is gonna make a surprise little entry. On month number 5, I'm gonna go with let me look at the chat for some inspiration because I wanna
No cheating.
Just do the one I forgot and say arms.
No, I just I'm not too crazy about arms or legs or head and shoulder, knees and toes. You know, I'm gonna say,
but it was a good game though. It's not my favorite either, but it was still a good game and it sold well.
It's okay. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. Am I missing Nintendo IPs? Come on. No Pokemon game in the first 6 months because Pokemon likes to be where the players are, and in the first 6 months, all the players are going to be on Switch still. So, let's see. I'll go with Star Fox. I hope they do a brand new Star Fox game. I always say Firefox, the browser.
I do that often too.
Yeah,
it's like y'all know what I mean.
A brand new Firefox game. Starting Star Fox, but I hope this new Star Fox game is very big. I think I hope it kicks Starfield's butt, you know, and you know, massive like that. And my last
already got a brutal butt kicking by their own audience.
My last pick will be some kind of sports game. Yeah, some kind of sports game.
Oh, wait, that's not sports.
I'm gonna say Mario. Well, no, you know what? Now take it back. Forget sports. Sports is it's good, but not that. I'm gonna say Zelda. I'm gonna say the Zelda remake, not HD, but a Zelda remake of Ocarina of Time. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that one, just because Mr. Onuma, he loves to give us hints and stuff like that, and he did kind of hinted that, no comment. Maybe.
It just needs to the whole thing about Ocarina of Time is that I feel that it needs to be a ground up actual remake.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to be Breath of the Wild style, but it still needs to be colorful and nice and everything. But it needs to be changed up and add more lore, add more side quests.
Yeah, I agree.
Give us the light temple that you guys never gave us. Yeah, and then I will buy it again for a fresh new $60. Yes, I will.
Yeah, but I believe it's gonna be a brand new game. I think it's not gonna be like Ocarina of Time, the classic one. I think it's gonna be a brand new game from the ground up, new characters.
And if they include the classic one on the new remake, that's even worth. That's $60 easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody will buy that.
The thing is that even if they make that game from the ground up with new graphics and everything, they don't use nothing from Ocarina of Time but the storyline. That's it. And they get rid of Ugly Ganon, because I can't stand that Ganon. It's just too like look at me, I'm Ganon.
A little bit high.
He's a little poly.
I don't like Ganon.
Parallelogram kind of.
It's my least favorite Ganon of all of them. I actually.
Well, that's because you did not play it on 1998. That's why.
Well, 1998. It was like it would.
Yeah.
I would say the Smash Bros version, like the original Smash Bros, was that Ganon, but better.
Yeah, and then my last game will be Smash Bros. I thank you for giving me that, because I'll pick it. It's gonna be Smash Bros.
In year one.
Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's been a while since Smash Bros. Came out, and I think they're due for another one.
I see your Smash Bros. And I raise you Mario Kart, because it's gonna be Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart in the first year for sure.
But it's gonna be Mario Kart. I think that actually might be a lot. I don't know if it'll go up against 3D Mario, but I think it'll be in the first probably 2 months.
But you know why Smash Bros? Because Smash Bros. This time will be an ongoing game. Instead of having to just updates here and that, and then just ending it there. This is the very last player we're gonna introduce. Blippity blippity blip. No, this time it's gonna be an ongoing game with online competitions on and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, they're gonna do a little bit of what Lilly wants, and like a Fortnite type of ongoing type of thing.
Yeah, they need something like that.
Yeah, with competitions and a whole bunch of stuff, and I think it's gonna be a good thing. So
one thing I've always sorry.
No, I was gonna say a little wish thingy, although it's not a wish anymore, as people are jumping on it. GameCube to NSO coming very soon.
Thank you, NSO.
There's more evidence every single day. It's happening. People are already on board. I've been preaching this for like how many years now? GameCube to NSO, right? And so that's where I lay. That's where I rest my case, Your Honor. I just saw a movie with I forgot, like the case, right? In the case, I'm in I watch Suits, guys. I watch Suits a lot. I watched the entire series about 5 or 6 times already, and so it's 9 seasons, right? 9 of Suits.
I don't remember.
And I've watched every episode about maybe 3 or 4 times, or 5 times maybe. But yeah, I like lore shows. But anyway, that was my pick, and I think that was the last of the Nintendo Switch 2 picks. Now it's time to move over to the main, or the final topic of the day. Today we're talking about the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, my friends.
We can't get away from Zelda.
Yeah, we can't.
I mean, it's part of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, right? We're gonna go ahead and hit Mario first a little bit, and then just spend the rest of the day, the rest of the cast on Zelda. But let's start with the updates. Let's go ahead and start with the updates. There's no updates in the Mario movie. What the?
Newsflash, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering, the updates are no updates. Just as AJ Onuma said.
Sound like
Yeah,
one of
we
those
have
Twitter
updated you.
pages that are like give the same update about something every day until there's a real one.
Yeah. All I know is that because there's no updates on the Mario movie, there's going to be one soon. The
Mhm.
release date has been set 2026, right? 2020,
April something. Yeah.
April of 2026. The release date has been set. I predict we're going to hear more on that next year, not this year. It's too soon. I think they're going to do directs like they did before and present voice actor. Well, we already have voice actors there. Trailers, right? They don't have to do what they did before because they already have the Mario movie voice acting crew set together. I'm not sure if whether they keep Jack Black with all the fiasco going on with him. I'll leave it there. But yeah, it's that's happening now. With that said, let's move on to the other movie, which is it does have an update. It's a little more interesting. And so
Messing with you, Zach.
oh yeah, Josie was poking you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because you were facing like your profile, and I was just like,
Like
Beep. Beep.
I was talking to Paul.
Paul left.
I know.
Dude.
I couldn't find the fire emojis for it.
the fire emojis.
Sorry, Mike.
On the
No, you're-
Discord, I guess.
No, you're not.
To those who are listening and not watching the podcast, there's no way to explain what just happened.
Nah.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird if we explain it.
And yeah.
It'll be weird.
But we do have updates on the Legend of Zelda live action movie, which points to us getting a reveal of the cast very, very soon. And not only that, but we could be seeing this movie in the holiday of 2025. How do you guys think about that? Holiday
Merry Christmas to me.
2025. Yes.
Merry Christmas to me. Just to me.
It is you.
I mean, y'all can come too, but I mean, you know, you ever feel like somebody just a company does something just for you because exactly what you want, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all I mean.
And so quick recap. We have Shigeru Miyamoto and Arad from Arad Productions, who are in charge of the actual production of the movie. All right. And so we have the director of the movie, Wes Ball, who just recently completed last year, but released this year, Planet of the Apes, which was a fantastic movie. I mean, the best of the Planet of the Apes. There's so much emotion, so much you guys have to see the movie. Watch it because that's that's Wes Ball's direction. And if you want to have an idea on how he directs, I recommend you watch his last movie. Fantastic. I loved it. It was awesome. So he finished with that. Now he's exploring Hyrule. Although there is no update on the IMDb page when it comes to the status of production. It says in production. I know from sources that they are in pre-production right now, and so they are far within pre-production, meaning they are soon they're closing production, right? And so with that, I estimate a year from production to release date of the actual movie. When it comes to shooting the movie, it takes about 6 months, editing, all the post production, and then release. And I'm just basing this on because I'm following a couple of movies that are in production right now, and similar movies when it comes to the type of movies that they are. One of them is the James Gunn Superman movie. Since the moment he announced the cast, not that he was making the movie, but from the moment he announced the cast of the movie, he says everything. He says, "Oh, we're starting filming today. The day they start filming." He puts a picture on Twitter, and that's when he started filming. He has a picture, right? And then when is the movie coming out? It's coming out in 2025 in the summer 2025. Am I right, Zach? Is it summer?
Yep.
All right, summer 2025. So from the moment he started promoting the cast, which the cast was in March, right? That's when they finished casting. They entered production, and the movie's coming out in March. I think that when it comes to superhero movies, that they move pretty fast in production, right? And I think this is because they already have first thing, they got the biggest budgets in the world. These are not sense movies; these are multi-million-dollar budget movies, and they have everything set. They have everything they need. But I'm not gonna lower the Legend of Zelda movies bar, because this is also a multi-million-dollar movie within Nintendo and within Sony. They're both putting their money in this movie, and I'm pretty sure that when it comes to hiring the cast, a lot of money is going to go into getting that cast as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, with the notion that right now they are close to finishing the pre-production stage. Zach, you want to go ahead and let people know what is involved in the pre-production stage?
Yeah, so pre-production is literally anything and everything up until you start filming. And so there's things that can be in both stages. So for example, take Lord of the Rings. They're building sets before they ever start filming, obviously. So that's pre-production. But then also while they're filming, they're still building sets and doing other stuff. And we know because you watch the BTS for those movies, and some of the actors like loved being on set so much they literally started like learning how to blacksmith to like help make swords and stuff.
Nice.
Just so they wouldn't have to go home. And but so all that to say, you have some things that can fall under production and pre-production at the same time, but the absolute differentiator between them is when take one starts rolling. The second the camera is recording, you are now fully in production. And so that also means pre-production can look a lot different for a lot of movies. You can have all of the sets done, all of the CG that doesn't need to be done after post done, like the digital sets and whatnot. And that's going to speed up your production time versus you can still have that type of grunt work, you could say, happening at the same time as production, which can slow it down. So yeah, that's the biggest difference between pre-production and actual production. And then post-production is post-production is the act of editing the film. Which, again, these lines kind of get blurred because you would say post-production is as soon as they're done. But as soon as the first day is done, people are already looking at that footage and doing stuff with it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
And so editing begins during production. It's all kind of blurring a little more, but like the rule of thumb is up until camera rolling, pre-production, up until final cut, production, and then everything after post-production unless you get reshoots.
So within pre-production, at the end of pre-production, we know they have the cast. Of course they have to have the cast. They got the script ready, right? They have the location they need to film the first scenes in and everything. So right now, with what information we have, they are near end of pre-production. Which means that at any moment, whether I'm not sure how they're going to handle it. I know with Mario movie they did release the cast members for the movie, right? We do have a Nintendo Direct coming up in September, I do believe.
Correct.
Nintendo has not changed their schedule. They've been giving us directs or indirects, at the times that they should be, right? February we got a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. We got the March.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Indirects for the partner showcases in the the indie world or That's amazing.
Yeah. So we got that one. And in June, we always get a summer June one. We did get a bit of the best we've ever seen. And so September is only a month away because we're at the end of July. August is
basically.
And so in September we should be getting another direct, which will give us. It could be a direct mini, who knows? But we'll get another direct. October will be the Nintendo Switch trailer. Mark it down. But that could be a very good time for where they can announce at least the cast. When they announce the cast, my friends, that's it. I say when they announce the cast, I tell you now, putting that together with the information that they're at near end of pre-production, when they announce the cast, that's just gonna put everything in perspective when it comes to how long. And of course, they're gonna also announce a release time by that time as well, because they did it with the Mario movie. So this information, with this recap, all this information, now I'm gonna throw it out to the cast of this show, right? Talking about the cast of the show. The Legend of Zelda movie, guys, it's coming to fruition. It's closer than ever. I got a little scared the other day.
Why?
My own mistake, just because I saw on Westfall's
Twitter.
IMDb page
Okay.
um, that there was another movie in production that was already casted and everything, and I think it's something Moon or something Dream or something whatever. But I'm like, wait a minute,
something Dark Side.
what is that movie doing there? I thought he had started another movie. And
Yeah.
no, they're gonna push Zelda back. I'm like, and then I started doing some research and I found out that movie had already started back in 2019, but they canceled production. Disney canceled them,
Oh.
and I'm like, oh,
good. Or
I'm-
not good, but
yeah, I'm like, oh man, that's good. I'm like, oh, sorry guys. But because it sucks. He actually suffered because that movie is his own. Disney kind of they greenlit the movie and then they shut them down. We're working
Disneying.
Yeah, we're working with Sony now, so we're good to go. So I'm gonna start with Hyrule with the Hyrule folks here, the Hyrule sisters.
Yay.
How do you feel? How do you feel that any moment now, what could be one of Nintendo's greatest accomplishments is going to come to fruition? This is not a dream. This is real. It's like,
Pinch me.
this is real. We are going to see a live action Zelda, Princess Zelda. We're going to see a live action Link. Think about that. The live action Master Sword. How beautiful is that thing going to be? If they involve the Triforce, if they talk about the goddesses and how the Triforce formed and how each goddess was in charge of creating something different in the world or whatever, how is that going to look like in a live action movie? And then think about how big this franchise will be after that. Go ahead.
Take it, Lily.
Oh, no,
No, I'm sorry. I wanted Lily to take it.
Oh, I'm nervous. This is a dream come true for me. I have to admit, because my first game was Ocarina of Time. That kind of got me involved into this whole fantasy world. Like the moment that I, got out of Kokiri Forest and the moment I heard that music from Hyrule Field, I was like, oh my God, blown away. I absolutely adore that kind of experience and I want to feel that again. So I am nervous as well because, like I said, like live action, but we have discussed this many times and it has been proven already. We have evidence that Shigeru Miyamoto has been supervising everything, and also looking back at Wes Ball's previous
Body of work.
movies. Exactly. I feel like even with the Maze Runners and all like all that kind of fantasy kind of matches together, like but of course I do feel that there's going to be a lot of CGI involved in terms of making it more magical and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, there's no going around that.
Yeah.
But I also feel that we're going to have specifically the Legend of Zelda movie directs as we had with Mario.
Mhm.
And that's the way that Nintendo is going to reveal the cast. Now, in terms of the actors, I want to say that they're going to go with their best bet. And what I mean by that is they did it with Mario. They went with Anya Taylor-Joy. They went with Chris Pratt. And unfortunately, that's going to be the case. And I say unfortunately for people out there that might think, hey, fresh, actors could be like a good start for something like this. Also, I feel like at least for Princess Zelda, I feel like they have to really search for a very young actress in this case. But I also feel that they really have to go with the safe, bet, which is again, I'm gonna say famous or known actors, cast top tier, because that's the way it has been. It should be.
Mhm.
Now, if this is Shigeru Miyamoto's baby, basically, we know Eiji Aonuma, of course, is the mastermind behind the whole timeline and everything. I'm not sure if he's going to even be involved because he's involved in the games, but I'm not sure if he's going to be involved in the movie per se.
No, he's personally not. He's Miyamoto is going to be in charge of everything related to the MCU,
Yeah.
Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and then Aonuma and the other directors. I think he recently had an interview with Miyamoto. It's like training new people to take over the gaming areas, and he'll be focused on theme parks. He'll be on movies and everything else, expanding from the video games. Which is awesome.
Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna drop the bomb very soon. I feel in terms of us at least knowing. I hope they give us a title. I hope it's not gonna be Super Mario Bros. Movie as they did, right? I feel like Legend of Zelda has always been with something else. Well, except the very first games. However, I mean, when the way that it was born, it was the Legend of Zelda. Well, not specific. I'm not gonna dive into details.
I know what
you know what I mean.
They didn't have
you know what I mean, Joyce.
The title was I think the title will be for the first movie will be The Legend of Zelda. Second movie, The Legend of Zelda. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think they'll go that way, but the title, at least the title, is already confirmed on IMDb. And and for us Westerners, it's The Legend of Zelda. For Japan is the Legend of Zelda live action movie. That's the official titles for them. Yeah. So at least I agree for that one. You want to go ahead and take the super chat?
This one, Thomas Brody Saxer as Link and Hunter Schaefer as Zelda. Is all I asked for.
Hunter Schaefer. I don't know who that person is. I don't know who that is.
Look her up. They both kind of fit the bill, but there's something I'm not. Well, I'll get into it when Lily's done.
I feel like Hunter should be more cast for if we were looking at Twilight Princess, a little bit more dark kind of
Hunter
themed. Schaefer, what's this? The girl that they're talking about. She looks like very more of a profile for Twilight Princess.
How old is Hunter Brody?
Hunter Schaefer's 25.
30.
He's 30?
No, it says 34.
Oh yeah, no, he would be too old for the cast. They're looking for they're gonna go young because the cast might have to grow up with the movies. I know
that's just one other thing.
Yeah.
But I think this girl is the one that they interviewed, and she said that she will love to play Zelda. And if you look at her picture, she does look like Zelda, but a more Zelda Twilight Princess Zelda.
What Hunter Schaefer. Which one? Wait, they're both
an American actress and model. She first made headlines in 2016 with her activism against. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. Okay.
She was on Euphoria.
Okay, all right. I don't know who that person is, but
there was an interview with she has the look, and she also openly said that she was.
No, she has a look.
She's campaigning for the
role.
But
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, she has a look for Twilight Princess Zelda, like more darker kind of themed,
angular.
Like she does have that profile. Yeah,
I agree.
The facial features I'm looking at.
Yeah. Facial
I'm like, features. You just put some what are they called?
Ears.
Ears, pointy
pieces
ears,
of cartilage on the side of your body.
I got my cast. No, I got my cast. If you guys follow me on Twitter, do not spoil it. I have my cast. I'm gonna say it later on, but I am putting. I can bet on this selection. I will bet on this selection that this will be Princess Zelda. Right age, right look.
He's calling it.
Right time, and has already worked with Wes Ball. Wes has spoken about her when it comes to her, and her acting chops are way above. She is at a good stage. I'm not even gonna say it right now. I want to let Josie go ahead and take it over. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Go ahead, Josie. You go ahead and let me go ahead and highlight the super chat here. You want to take care of the super chat?
Yes. Thank you so much, Bumini, for your $2 super chat. Sophie Turner as Zelda and Jason Momoa as Ganondorf.
I agree with Momoa.
Sophie Turner is
Let me look it
not
up.
the
Yeah.
same girl as she was a few years ago on Game of Thrones. If you look at her recently, and I'll leave it at that because I like Sophie Turner.
You know, you also have to look at their age too, because they're gonna go with younger actors too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel that's gonna be the case. Yeah.
It also depends on. I also kind of have a feeling that Nintendo's going to go out on top, so they're going to probably do a few movies in a row. I am guessing trilogy.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be like, all right, we're ending on a we're ending on a high note, and then they're going to just go away for a little bit. Zelda will just go away, and then we're going to start all over again with a whole new cast. So, what were you going to say, Mike?
No, I agree with you. I think that there's more and more than one movie, but I think my point of view is that I feel like they're gonna do sagas. Every 3 movies is a certain saga in the trilogy, in the kind of whole arc of the Legend of Zelda. What they're gonna do.
The Triforce.
Yeah, the Triforce saga, this saga, whatever. But that's just me. Did you finish? Did you finish? Stating your points for the movie?
I didn't even start.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off of what Lily said. I don't know why she's this way. Oh wait, yeah. High five.
Yeah, got it. There you go.
Yeah, we totally did it. I mean, she's in the whole other west side of the castle. My first game was Zelda 1. So the first thing that game ever said to me was, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. I sincerely hope the trailer opens that way. It's just dark and we just hear an old
chills
man voice.
Just by even think about it. Like, yeah, you got it.
And then the trailer gives us a Breath of the Wild style shot.
I'm so going to cry.
And we'll just see like the overhead of Link, kind of like the very first real Breath of the Wild shot we saw. And then the camera actually kind of goes and we actually see something. Anyway, I do agree they are going to go with safe bets, but I'm not sold that they're going to go on safe bets with Link and Zelda because it's brand new when it comes to live action in the movies. They can get away with getting 2 brand new, fresh out of acting school, fresh out of Juilliard, youngins, if you will, for Link and Zelda, and let them make a name for themselves. The draw would be who Ganondorf is going to play. And I agree that Jason Momoa could do it. I wasn't sold on it before, but I have been kind of thinking about it. And I remember how much of the impact he made on Game of Thrones. Like 5 seasons later, after he's like long gone, we're still talking. We were still talking about him as an audience. So, and I remember, and he seems like such a sweet, nice person. And to see him play that kind of character, I'm like, I can see him doing Ganon. So I think they're going to go with some big name for Ganon, even if it's not Jason. I think if we're going to have the other tribes there, the Gerudo, the Zora, the brothers, the Gorons, I think those, the head leaders of those might be bigger names. But us as Zelda fans, we're going to see Link and Zelda. Okay, and Ganondorf.
And Link is gonna speak. Okay, we have discussed this already. He's gonna talk. He has always talked. It's just that the perspective of the player. But
exactly. Because I will stand on this hill as well. Link originally really was meant to represent your adventure as the player. Link has now become his own person, hence why you can't rename him in the Wild Era games. You can't rename him because he is his own person. We are just joining him on his adventure. Okay. So he is going to talk.
And that's not an opinion, that's facts.
Because I said so. Because I said so. Yes.
Of course.
Right. Thank you, Zach, for recognizing my authority. No, seriously. And somewhere Miyamoto and West Ball are like, these idiots, they have no idea what we're gonna do. I do
maybe they're saying, hey, where did you get this information? Who leaked it?
Well, I meant what you were saying about Link in the games, how he's his own person. Like that's like not just an opinion thing, like that's verified. So I was just
it was verified. Well,
I mean, like they've talked about that adjacent. Anyways, I was just like gas queen anyways.
Zach hypes me up. Zach is like my personal side on. He's like my hype.
Yes.
So all I want to say is, I know people are nervous. I am a bit nervous because I want it to be good and I want it to be well received and I want it to give us what we really want. And because Zelda, look, Link and Zelda, those are our kids. That's our generations. Some of our generations icons. I raised these kids personally. I want to see them well represented. I want to see them well fleshed out. Don't just drop Link in the middle of whatever and don't give him a family. Don't give him a reason or a purpose or anything like that. No, he needs a backstory. He needs parents, a play cousin, something. Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of have an issue how, and we'll talk about this one day on the podcast, not tonight. Kind of how a lot of games kind of push parents out of the way. And I always think that's kind of odd. But give them something. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fabulous. Hopefully we can all stay at Paul's house and we can go as a podcast family.
Please
It's
go.
going to be great.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
All right, y'all go. Because I'll talk all night about Zelda.
All right. So I'm gonna go real quick, because I know there's and then after that we have let's see here. It is 10:13 Eastern time. Right. We are gonna be here at least another 15 minutes. So just to give you guys the head of the rest of the cast, just to give you guys a little hint of how much time you have to give your little thingy here. We don't want to go too late. Because I know Joyce is super tired. She's about to fall asleep right now. She's like, Zelda.
I know.
What?
It's Zelda. What are you talking about?
Switch to announce with Zelda. What?
And we're only in the casting part. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my 2 cents real quick.
Mhm.
The actress that will play Zelda, and this I bet my cup, this cup right here. I'm not gonna bet it. I always end up whenever I bet something I always lose, so I'm not even gonna bet this time. I'm just gonna just take my word for it, right?
Some purple hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not even gonna try that. The actress that will be Zelda, and you guys can look it up, chat, look it up. Her name is Freya Allen. Feya. If Lily, can you highlight that and then go ahead and put it on screen? Freya Allen. Okay, look at the picture where she's blonde. She's a blonde. Like there's a picture on Google Images, and there's one where she's actually blonde. There, I think she does so many roles. She is one of the leads.
Oh my god, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's one of the leads for Planet of the Apes, his last movie, which she did incredible. Guys, I encourage you to watch that movie. Support Wes Ball. He is the director for The Legend of Zelda. We need to support his latest movies. His last movie was Planet of the Apes or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, that one.
She's our Siri from The Witcher.
Yep.
Yeah, but she's in The Witcher as well. She's on
Yeah.
and so yeah, did you get a picture? You can put it on.
I'm doing that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, I am.
So her name is Freya Allen. Look it up. I posted this on July 23rd on Twitter, on X. Freya Allen as Princess Zelda. She's already worked with Wes Ball, has a connection. And you know what, directors, they like to rehire people they've worked with in the past, especially when they fit so perfectly a certain role they're looking for. I know James Gunn is doing the same thing with the DCU. He's actually looking to recast a lot of people. We have a lot of rumors of a lot of the MCU people coming over to the Nintendo, the DCU. And so, one second here.
Lily, you see that one on the far where she's in red? It's on the top row. That one.
Yep.
I
Let me just open it on a bigger screen.
She's only 22 years old. She's only 20.
So she might be 23 at the time of filming. That's pretty young.
It's not.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to go with actors around that age because I think that they're going to be playing mid to late teenagers.
Yeah.
17-year-old
I
Zelda.
That's a safe bet.
believe Tom Holland just turned 23 when they started filming Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yeah, and that's the reason why I at the beginning I was like, Tom Holland looks like a good Link, but his age is the reason why they're not gonna pick him.
Wait, does she have green eyes?
She does. Let
I
me see.
think only.
Promising.
And see, it also depends. It also depends what part of the timeline we're in, because some parts Zelda has blue eyes, and in the Wild era she has green eyes.
And I sent you a picture. I sent a picture over on the Discord also. That kind of
Okay.
highlights features. Yeah, it kind of highlights better the features and kind of helps you more visualize her as Zelda. For those listening to the podcast, listen. We are looking at an actress that I am predicting. My powers of prediction will tell us this will be Princess Zelda in the live action movie. And there's just so many things that play together and they connect. And one of them is that she's already worked and she has a good relationship with Wes Ball, the director. Personally, actually picking the cast, right? It's not Miyamoto, it's not Arad, it's Wes Ball. He's in charge, he's the director, he's gonna do the casting. Of course, they have the casting director, but along with Wes Ball, they have to kind of pick the right people for the vision. And so there you have it. That's her, right? You heard it here first.
Having that familiarity in The Witcher with that kind of environment is going to help too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And I do believe Link and Zelda will both be like, for example, she's not an incredibly known name. She's known in her areas. Like, for example, people who watch The Witcher, they know who she is. People who watch certain movies, she hasn't had a major starting role yet, like in like a big thing that said, wait. I know Freya, this blah, 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 blah. So she kind of fits the bill of what Josie was talking about. Somebody who needs to kind of, who's not that big megastar and could actually jump into the role, and people can associate her with Princess Zelda. But I think for Zelda, for Link, they might go with a bigger name. And I think that Timothy Chalamet could be a good character, a good candidate for that, because he's a really good actor. He has good chops, and of course, right now he's at the top of his game. He will bring so many people to theaters, and that's like that's what Nintendo did with Mario. They wanted to bring people inside the theaters, and they had a cast. Of course, Mario all by himself could do it, but they went with the cast. And Zelda is not as known as Mario. There's a lot of people still a lot of people who still call Zelda Link. Is that Zelda? Oh, wait a minute. Is that Link? Or they call
Link Zelda.
Isn't Mario more known than Mickey Mouse at this point?
Yeah, Mario.
Doesn't he have more recognizability?
He is. Yeah, he's a bigger brand right now than Mario.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Mickey!
And so,
what was that?
The water.
right. And so, I think that because of his star power now, he's young. He's only 1 year older. I think it's 23, 24. He's still in that range. He looks young still. Chalamet is still a good one. And for Ganon, I'm not gonna go with what's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
I'm gonna go with the surprisingly better actor. People underestimate him, but he is out of the three people that came out of this company, the better actor. And in Hollywood, he is putting his name down as a great actor.
Almost put him on my list.
Yeah, and his name is Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista from he played Drax. Of course, that role didn't really help him much. But look at him in a role, and I think something the something in the woods, the door in the woods, or the sky in the woods, or the baby in the woods. I don't know. It's something in the woods. And look at him in different roles. The guy is a really, really good actor. Really good actor. Better acting than The Rock. The Rock just got there first, and he has good charisma, right? But when it comes to roles, the guy's a really, really good actor. Not only can he do comedy well, he can do drama well, and he's just a cool guy, right? Cena can't.
Fun fact: Dave Bautista's dream role that he would like to play.
I know,
Take a guess if you don't. You know it.
Luther.
No. I mean, that's one of them. But his when asked what his ultimate
Phoenix.
dream role would be, Ernest
Marcus
Hemingway,
Phoenix.
Who's Ernest?
Really?
the author.
Ernest Hemingway?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that tells you.
That's one of my favorite. Yep.
Huh?
Wow. Okay.
And but that tells you. I think that gives credence to his acting chops, where what he feels he can actually do with his own abilities. You know, because he's all muscles and everything, right? Which works well for Ganon. He has the right body, right height, kind of well built. You know,
not in the. I'm looking from here to here, and it's like it doesn't scream Ganon.
But Ganon still has work to be done on him to turn him into a Gerudo. And so with that, all that work they do with him, even the hair up like that could actually kind of fix what he does.
I'm thinking about the angular part of the jawline.
Ganon
and the
could
nose
be
and
completely
round,
CG,
right?
He could, like Thanos. However, Joycey, that is the same reason I moved Batista from Ganon as one of my choices to a Goron.
A Goron.
Yeah, like
He
Darunia
would
or
make
something.
a good Goron.
All the wrestlers would make
But
good
remember,
Gorons.
Gorons will be CGI for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
they're rock. So
There's a way to do it without using CGI, but it does a lot of work.
Imagine The Rock as a
It's gonna be scary if it's not CGI. I feel.
yeah. Can you imagine?
It's a way to do it, but in
Rock
with
as a
angles,
as
all
a
that kind of stuff.
the Rock. Nobody called that the Rock as a Goron.
Yeah,
he's on my list too. Like I said, all the wrestlers. I have The Rock, Cena, Batista, and then it literally just says other wrestlers.
And it's gonna start suavemente. Suavemente.
The women
That's gonna be
wrestlers,
the final
they would
battle.
make
It's gonna be a dance
Gerudo.
battle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because all of them are pretty tall, all of them are pretty flexible, so you get some of the top women in the WWE right now and cast them as the Gerudo. Yeah.
Yes, we're both.
Yeah, we're on the same page, Paul.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I'm
That
not going to
makes
go into my
sense.
I'm not going to go into my list now, but
There's,
I have a main female Gerudo, and then it
Uh-huh.
just says female wrestlers.
but no,
Mhm.
You got it. Yeah, I agree.
Fit.
there are two ones. There are two that could be good for let's say if Urbosa's gonna be there, then either Jade Cargill, which is a wrestler that's just well built, or Charlotte Flair. There are two of them that have,
Mm.
they both can act well, and they have the built, then the statue for like a good Goron, not Goron, like a
Goron. Gerudo.
not Goron Gerudo. Yeah. But those are my picks. That's what I'm standing for, and I put my cup in line for that. That's it.
Okay.
You know what? How about we bet what's in the cup? What do I drink? I mean, like a hot sauce or something?
No.
Maybe.
Like a
No hurting. We're not hurting ourselves. We're not betting that kind of stuff. I mean, if anything, like Dire Harrigan or something. I don't know. But no painful hot sauce. No hot chip challenge. Whatever these children is doing these days. No.
I do want to do that hot wind challenge. I can do the hot wind challenge.
Hot wings are technically healthy, so as long as it's not hurting, eat because it's good. Don't.
Yeah, I'll just go to Buffalo Wings and get the hot wing challenge part.
We got to get Paul and Zach in on this.
Yep,
one, though.
yep,
I know.
please.
We know we got to go chat, but we can't help it.
And Zach,
I'll let Paul go first.
go ahead, Paul.
On anything Zelda movie, right?
Yes. Well, who do you think the
I'll keep
cast
my-
is gonna
Yeah,
be?
we're going for the cast right now. The cast.
Well, I'll just reiterate my Ganondorf choice, which is the same choice as I originally had, and that's Henry Cavill, because I like his suave demeanor. He's well built. He's got a good hairline, not too old. He's actually my age. He's 41, so he has the mature look, but still young enough to be, imposing and cool as Superman. When he was, taken over or dark or confused or angry, he could convey, that bad energy, but also respectable. So he could look like someone who could infiltrate Hyrule despite being green, because he's suave and got a good personality, but has a sinister take on him. And seeing him as both the Witcher, Geralt of Rivia, and Clark and Superman. He's got a lot. You put him green, you put him red hair, he's got the height, and he would look as a 6'2" or so tall man that then has armor on top of him and in taller shoes and with photo trickery and whatnot against some
And
kind
then-
of like 5'7", 5'9" tall Link.
Link?
There you go. But that's my Ganondorf pick, number one. But
Tears of
what
the
I'll-
Kingdom
I
Ganon.
just changed mine to Lily. Did you hear that laugh? She embodied him.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I'm,
was
I'm
Ganondorf.
erasing my other choices now.
Lily is Ganondorf.
In secret, yes.
He is my dream role. I used to practice so much coming
Yeah,
up with my own Ganon voice.
And so Paul's saying Link.
I had some different links before, but nothing definitively. Oh gosh, I just forgot his name at the moment. I had his name on the tip of my tongue, and then
What movie's in?
I feel like everybody's focusing more on Princess Zelda and Ganondorf, and everybody's forgetting about Link.
Yeah.
what is this? Is it
know-
Wolf?
Wolf.
Frederick Wolf.
Finn
Timothy.
Wolfhard?
Finn Wolfhard. Yeah.
Timothy.
Finn Wolfhard. Okay, Finn Wolf. Full.
That's
Finn
that's Mike
Wolfhard.
from Stranger Things.
Okay, I
I
get it.
think he could be a good Link. I mean, yeah, he could be. And I'll just say this: what's really going to be exciting before we see any images of the movie is when we get that cast. That talented fans around the world, talented artists are going to go wild with their designs. They're going to throw those actors in some high quality animated costumes of their own, coming up with fun art, incorporating them into existing games, into made up worlds, and throwing different hair color shades on them and all of that stuff. And some of them will probably end up being fairly close, in Breath of the Wild look and, Ocarina look, all that. Like, I can't wait. So the fact that we're going to get some fan creativity early on, once we do have the actors and actresses in the film down, is something I'm pretty hyped for.
And you're missing what? Zelda?
I've said it before that I like her, and that is Zendaya.
Uh-huh.
But one, I don't know if she's potentially too old for the role, but then again, she has a young look, and
She does.
she's aging, quite well. That probably in 6 years she's not going to look too much, older than she does now and stuff.
It's 27.
Is it the typical look of Princess Zelda? No, but does it
That's a
matter
good
entirely for a certain portion of fans? It will, being like, no, I want it to be like a Caucasian white, young woman with blonde or brown hair. But it doesn't have to necessarily be.
It doesn't.
As long as the character is portrayed well and is acted well. And there's also different types of Zeldas, some that are more on the majestic side, some are a little more on the rougher, kind of humorous side. But something along the lines of Finn Wolfhard, Zendaya, and Henry Cavill are sort of the three that I roll with. But there are other choices in there. I mean, I also like Anya Taylor-Joy quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I think she has a great look that would be a perfect, like, Twilight Princess style Zelda. Could she also do action and stuff? I'm sure. I mean, look, she did Mad Max Furiosa.
Furiosa, yeah.
So she could handle that.
So,
Yeah.
question for you. Follow-up
I
question.
think they're the same age too, her and Zendaya.
Paul, follow-up question. Because you selected Zendaya, and of course, yeah, she doesn't fit the look, and not that necessarily that's a bad thing, but knowing this is and we have to kind of put culture here, right? Culture aside, because remember, we have a different culture over in Japan than we do here in the United States. The United States can care less about who plays what, right? But yeah, not everybody, right?
If I even think about voicing Ganon, I'll get canceled.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
what I mean to say
You're
is,
good at it.
what I mean to say is that when it comes to roles, the Japanese are very, very traditional. They're very like they follow everything to the T, and they make sure that for example, Miyamoto in Super Mario, he made sure that movie that no anybody outside could not bring anything new in there that wasn't supposed to be inside that universe. And even voice actors, I've spoken to all of them, every single voice actor in the Mario universe except for the brand new one. They've told me behind the scenes, listen, we can't say anything in the Mario voice, or I can't say anything in this voice and this voice and this voice. Nintendo and specifically Miyamoto is very particular of what is said in the particular voice of the character that has not been said yet. So whenever they go present something in the actual voice, then they have to say something that's already been said as that character, and they can't say anything else. Like they can't say subscribe to my Odyssey to me Mario. You know, they can't do that. They have to stick to what the character has already said. And when you see Charles Martinet, even if that he's still not the character, he still represents Nintendo. You'll see that he still sticks to the same exact kind of script, already approved script, over and over again every single time you see him present himself there.
See, that's why I'm fortunate that I have old school footage of him saying, "Mamma mia, Paul Gale Network, you're number one."
He can say that. He can say that because he's actually talking to you directly. Like he said, he actually said to you too, my God, so you're number one. Like, because he's actually calling you by name, not by your company or whatever. And then he's saying that number one thing, he says it to everybody, right? So
I gotta tell a really good Charles Martinet story one of these days.
Yeah.
At 11 years ago, E3. You gotta remind me one of these days.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
And by that, they're not gonna go with anybody else that doesn't fit the actual description of what Zelda looks like in the video game. They're gonna stick to that, and that's gonna be the safe bet for franchise, for the fans, and for newcomers too, because they're introducing Zelda to a new audience. And I just wanted to put that out there. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with this and that. You know, it's not. You know, they're gonna go with as how the Japanese culture is and how strict they are, especially with their branding and their franchise. Zelda has a brand. Her brand has a certain look, and they're gonna go with that. Just like Mario, right? Mario has his he's an Italian plumber from New York, Brooklyn. They're never gonna say he's an accountant from LA. Never. He's gonna always be an Italian plumber from Brooklyn because that's the main character that he is. And when he speaks, he's either gonna have Charles Martinet's voice via video game or the Italian original voice from live action, because there's two voices of Mario. There's a movie Mario and there's a video game Mario. Video game Mario is to me Mario, and I'm an Italian from Brooklyn. It's horrible. It's really horrible. That's horrible. Okay.
Well, he had the accent, a Brooklyn accent, as far as I understand.
Yeah, so he does have an Italian, but he's a New York Italian from Brooklyn. He doesn't live in New York, and he doesn't have a heavy accent from you know.
One thing that's very important to note, everything that Mike said is correct. However, the Japanese creators in general do view a lot of their characters differently than we do. I'll use Naruto as an example. Naruto is meant to be a Japanese. He looks, if you didn't know that it was anime and someone just showed you a picture, you'd be like, look at that blue-eyed, white-skinned, blonde-haired boy.
Yeah.
Naruto is meant to be Japanese, and any hair color that is not black is meant to be brown. Like, that's how it's actually like portrayed. Yeah. I know that sounds like backwards. And so you could say, and same with like any eyes that like aren't realistic colors and whatnot. So you could potentially say, to me, Zelda feels very European. I think like Full Metal Alchemist we'll use for an example. It takes place in an imaginary type Europe. And so the characters' ethnicities matter for that reason. To me, Zelda feels very European. However, Nintendo could view her as Japanese, and we could get a Japanese actress with dark brown hair because that still, in their eyes, is the same. Do I doubt it? Extremely, but that is just a important note about the culture and how these pieces of media that aren't real characters work over there.
And
Yeah.
one of the things I wanted to say like super quick is as far as changing looks over the series, the only one that could probably get away with that is Impa, because Impa looks drastically different almost every iteration. And then the other thing I was going to say is I have and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always thought that Link and Zelda and a lot of Nintendo characters were people of Japanese or Asian descent, but with
A Western
things that are aesthetically pleasing to the West. Blonde hair, blue eyes, because Link does look like the white kid next door. He really does. And that's not a bad thing either.
He does.
We do know that Link was based on, they never answer who, but we know that they say Link was based on, for their design for him, a very, very, very popular actor. Who I believe
Ocarina of Time Link was supposedly
DiCaprio
based
or
on
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Guesses. Yeah. But so it's very
if they
interesting.
put Leonardo DiCaprio in as like the old hero of time that's like old and decrepit, just let him do it.
But young Link is still Japanese, but then when he's older, he's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, look, not every single Link is blood related. It's okay. I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
Just let Leo do it, just for the fans. That would be total fan service.
Leo, he's 60 years old now. All right, so Clifford Favors, thank you for the super chat. Says in the trailer of the Legend of Zelda movie, do you think they will keep the character's face hidden, but the scene tells who they are? Well, I because we believe, I think we all believe this. They're going to reveal the cast beforehand. We're going to know who the cast is. There will be no need to hide their faces in the trailer. I think that's what's going to sell the trailer. We're going to actually maybe see Link maybe pick up a sword or do something, or just however they cut it, right? Whatever story they want to kind of tell us within that trailer, kind of entice us into knowing more. I think they are going to show. They're gonna show somebody, like maybe like a pan like this on Zelda's dress, and all of a sudden her face, and then bring out the camera again, and then either we hear Ganon's voice and we see him walking in a distance. But I think the only character they might hide is Ganon. He's a big bad guy, just like they did with Thanos. How they just kind of didn't really show him in the movies, but they did mention him, right? Because he's the big bad one. The people who you expect to see there right away is, of course, Link, Zelda's dad, Impa, in the Kingdom of Hyrule, there some soldiers. But in the trailer, I think
I guess that Clifford is trying to say a teaser. On a teaser, faceless, but a trailer.
I said that earlier, Mike. I thought you liked my idea.
What? I don't remember. I have a dory brain.
Well, she did. No, it doesn't. It's okay.
You don't have it.
Yeah.
No, I originally don't remember. Like I obviously, was it today you said it?
What were we talking about?
The trailer for Zelda.
What trailer? I'm kidding.
Are we about to
I'm teasing you, Mike. I'm teasing because yes, I also have some timers as well. But where it's just blank screen, and Miyamoto says, "Here's here's a little teaser, blah blah blah, whatever." Blank screen, and it says, and you hear an old man's voice that says, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this."
Dangerous.
And then scene opens, and it's like the big what's it called?
On a pedestal.
The panoramic shot, or if you will, not panoramic. When they're just where it's like the overhead, kind of like Breath of the Wild, one of the very first.
Oh, okay.
Of Breath of the Wild, where you see Link standing on a rock, and it's him because we know it's him, but the camera just zooms kind of right over him and shows
it
like
pans over. World. Yeah, agreed.
Something like that, and we just see our Link or whatever from the movie just standing there. We don't see his face. This is the teaser. We don't see his face. He's in the whole green outfit. He's got the sword. He's got the shield, and we'll scream for probably about a couple months, and then they'll actually show us a full-fledged trailer.
What was the teaser for Mario, for the Mario movie?
Well, that's a great
They
question.
first
I
showed
don't
the
remember.
back picture of him in the Mushroom City,
Oh,
Mushroom Kingdom.
Because
That was the first shot.
was that an image or was that an actual video teaser?
I
First,
think it
we
was a
got an
video teaser.
image, and it was
Oh.
just of
yeah, it was just an image.
the back of him in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, the visual fidelity and the size and scope and the depth and just how massive it is. It is, Super Mario Odyssey or Galaxy, but just, cranked up to that next level. And,
It's a good
That's deep.
indication of what they could do with the Legend of Zelda, right? Although it's a live action movie,
Mhm.
will the teaser be an actual poster?
It could
What-
be. They
you
did
know?
this.
Yeah, and then we got a trailer. So
dang. I think we see a poster before a trailer.
yeah, me too.
Gosh, it could be a poster with no character, just to show this is the look of the movie that we're going for: the green hills and the grass and the huts and castle and what kind of
Mhm.
grays are using for Temple of Time and the
Or the
size of
Master
scope
Sword.
and
Master Sword
or
just kind of
sword.
Yeah. Could be.
Or it could be a character, or it could be a character in a.
Give us
place.
a teaser already.
Oh man,
Lily is
it's so exciting.
Lily is demanded.
I think it's gonna be the poster's gonna be the Great Deku Tree, huge, massive, and then the Master Sword just there. But we see the sword close up, and then the Disney kind of in the fade background. We know the Deku Tree is there. We can't really see the Deku Tree, but we know it's there. And I think the trailer we will hear the voice of the Great Deku Tree.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah.
We're here, Mike. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you so much for that super chat, Clifford. That is awesome. That was a fun little
The
discussion.
questions alone gonna have us having fun.
All right, so I think it's time to enter into the Q&A because we have quite a few questions out here, and this little
love
star
it,
thing,
Lily.
the little star thing is actually a good thing. Now we can go ahead
Can
and
I give a quick rundown on what I think's going to happen
Yes.
with
Yes.
Zelda?
Go.
All right,
No.
I'll speed run this since we're
No.
we're going behind. I think there's a 0% chance this movie comes out before 2026. I just think there's no way that that's possible with the amount of production and
All right, so
post-production they need to
if
do.
this is
I think-
all right. So you said 20 before 2026.
Or- yeah.
All right, so if it comes out before 2026, what can you do for us?
I don't know. What are we gonna drink? We can let put a poll out on what we have to drink, Mike, and then let your audience vote on it. But
Nothing
make
painful.
sure you choose the actual
The drink?
options.
Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce. Nothing that's gonna actually
I do have the world's
you.
third hottest hot sauce. Well, I think it's fourth now.
I mean, I already tried the first one, so that's not.
Okay.
I
so-
tried to save them. Y'all heard me.
all right, so we'll do a hot wing challenge, like side by side screen here, like
Yes.
The hot ones.
And we'll cheer you on.
well, the hot ones, yeah, the hot ones.
Yeah, the hot ones interview about discussing Legend of Zelda movie. You got it. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Like,
Oh, I love that. But no, yeah, taking into account well, I'll get into that in another episode. Because I'm speed running this.
yeah.
Sorry.
I can't see post-production on this movie being less than a year. That's my main reason. I can't see any way that
Okay.
this takes less than a year for all the CG elements and editing. And I think with Nintendo's involvement, there will definitely be reshoots.
But that's the thing. I don't think I think that the CGI will not be heavy in this movie. I think they're gonna go practical for a lot of it, and because the Legend of Zelda, in a way, is a kind of like a medieval times kind of movie. There are really good castles they can use in real life. They don't have to CGI that. There's swords. There's this so much. They can go to Scotland.
goblins.
They can go to Scotland and really film a lot. The only thing that was CGI is some characters, and I think with the budget that they have, they could. I can do it on my phone.
So we only notice bad CGI. When people complain about CGI, it cracks me up because like the water in the Titanic when the boat's moving is CGI. Nobody complains about that because good CGI is invisible. But even the most practical movies are heavier and heavier on the CGI. And like you can take Tom Holland Spider-Man, for example, and be like, oh, Doc Ock's tentacles look so obvious, or this or that. But then, like, when you actually look at the set footage, they come out of a door filming on the street where they actually filmed half the time. But then, like, only like 10% of the wall is real, and then the rest is called a set extension. And almost every single shot in every single film has set extension at this point in time for whatever reason.
You have to put into account that, like you said before in the beginning, each movie has a different type of development. Therefore, they could be developing with CGI at the same time as production is going on, and therefore, once production is done, it's easier to implement the CGI because they've been working on it from the very beginning.
Oh, 100%. But
see, I'm also one of the ones that said it was coming out later too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my thing too.
I still stick to 2025 in the holiday of 2025.
Okay, sorry.
And I'm going to say something also as well. I do agree with you, Sag. I do, because you're the expert on this. However, they did mention that they have been working on this movie for a very long time.
10 years already.
So they say that about every movie ever. That means a conversation happened 10 years ago. Like, that is all that means. It always cracks me up. Greatest Showman came out. They're like, we've been working on this for 10 years. I'm like, Lin-Manuel Miranda, you were not writing songs 10 years ago.
It could be a possibility, but that's all
Christmas
I'm saying. But I agree with you.
2026 at the earliest.
And so we got Boom Meaning with a super chat. It says, in this was Tim Burton movie, you know, Johnny Depp.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
And
Thank
Helen,
you so much,
what's her
Boom Meaning.
name?
But we gotta let Zach finish.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the super chats. That's fine.
Anyway,
We appreciate the super chats.
We read that one.
I keep highlighting super chats, but I'm not. I'm trying to.
Okay, but this is why I said
we
I was
already
gonna.
went through it.
This is why I said I was gonna speed run it. But as a VFX artist who's worked on CGI for Super Bowl commercials, I think that it's going to take at least a year for the post-production, the CGI elements on this. And I'm using a lot. I'm comparing it to the Batman, which is post-production took a year. Because that was a very heavy LED wall set mostly, and I think that they are going to do the same type of thing. But so that is my guess on production length and time. I think we're going to see this movie in 2026. Cast, I think Christopher Judge or Keith David Washington as Ganondorf.
Ooh.
I'm very excited about those prospects. I am afraid they are going to go with The Rock because he is a bigger name. And they like to give the villains big names in these movies.
But I do see The Rock as a villain, especially because of Moana and all
No,
that.
he was a villain in. Well, he kind of was like a villain anti-hero actually.
In Black Adam.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, and he was a villain in the Doom movie, which was a video game movie, which is an OG video game movie, and everyone acts like Doom sucks, and I love it so much. It's so good it's so 90s. Like, come on. Like, everything in the 90s was weird like that. But I think Christopher Judge, who is voice of Kratos, or Keith David Washington, who is the voice of every deep-voiced video game and cartoon character, are my choices for Ganondorf. I think that
are they good actors? Like they have acting roles.
Oh yeah, Mike, have you seen Gargoyles?
The
Cartoon
old
back in the day.
I mean like movie experience, like in front of the camera acting roles.
Oh yeah, all voice actors do for who are prominent at this point. Like, it's not big roles normally, but these are seasoned veterans. For Zelda, I think. Sorry, I had like 5 notifications. So
I'm like,
you guys know that I had flooding recently, and so like my computer's kind of like giving me all these notifications while you guys are talking. So that's why I'm like, what'd you say?
I was just making a joke. Like, what kind of seasoning do they use? Right, it's paprika with a little saffron, and
I think I missed the setup, but that's okay.
you said they were seasoned actors. I'm like, women.
Oh yeah, I totally.
Oh my god.
No. They use time. Temple of Time.
Time.
I'm gonna
Time.
leave. I'm not even
Okay,
gonna finish.
got
That's
it.
bad. I'm sorry.
No worries.
But yeah, so I would like Christopher Judge or Keith David Washington. I think they both have the features of. I'm going a Thanos type approach where Josh Brolin's face was still his features were still implemented. So I really would like my Ganondorf to be like 8 feet tall, which obviously means a lot of CGI work on the body. in the face and his proportions. And so I would like them to continue to have their face on him. I think that would be cool. But if not, they're both top tier voice actors, so that still works. For Zelda, I've said this on the podcast before, Sabrina Carpenter is my number one choice. She is becoming a bigger and bigger pop star every day, and her album is about to drop, I think, in a month. And her tour is going to end probably around the time they would start filming, so she would have nothing to do. My second choice for Zelda is Freya Allen, like Mike said. I didn't even think about her at all, so don't think this is original until Mike said it in our Discord a few days ago, or a week ago. It all passes so quickly. And then my other choice is Sadie Stanley from the Goldbergs. She played Bria B., Adam Goldberg's first girlfriend, but I think she's like 22 or 23 only. Link, I would like an unknown actor, and I don't think that that's unprecedented. I think every big movie has done that. You go with Superman, Christopher Reeves was smaller at the time. You go with Star Wars, you have Luke and Leia.
You're talking about movies from the 80s and the 70s.
I'm moving forward through time. You know, you got Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill were unknown at the time, and they specifically chose Harrison Ford because he was more known as a side character. You go, shoot, I had two more. Well, either way, I think Link is going to be someone more unknown and the side characters are going to be known. But if I had to choose a young unknown actor, I would go with Cameron Mann. And Cameron Mann was in Daredevil Season 3, Episode 5. And he played Bullseye, but the child version in the flashbacks.
That's two ends, right?
Yep, that is with two ends. And I think Daredevil Season 3, Episode 5 is the best episode of television I've ever seen. It was kind of cool because when I tweeted about it, the writer tweeted back at me and she retweeted it. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, these people get to see it. But that episode was very heavily carried by this unknown little kid who I tried to find his age. I couldn't see it. So he's probably like 18, 19, 20, 21 now. But I would love him as Link. For the Goron, any of the wrestlers, The Rock, Cena, Batista, or all three. For the female Gerudo, there's always a main one, so I'm going with Megan Thee Stallion. And then I am also going with female wrestlers for the rest of them. And then for the king,
I love you for that, Zach.
I am going with Henry Cavill or Dave Bautista if he's not a Goron.
We don't want The Rock unless he is a Goron only. I don't want The Rock anywhere near the serious roles.
Listen, for extras, the entire cast of the Nintopics podcast will all be there in extras.
Yeah, sure.
Extras? No, we're main characters.
Absolutely.
I'll be one of Ganon's little minions in the side, like a little side character there. All right, so we have we're now into Q&A.
Real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. Dear Nintendo, I will actually go to the gym and work out if you make me a Gerudo.
Oh, yes, please.
I will get those abs.
You will do a great Gerudo.
Because I found a couple of Gerudo who look like me. I could pull it off.
Yeah,
but I like to eat though.
Dear Nintendo, I will literally wear that suit that has the fake abs on it, like all the way.
No, Mike, we going to the gym together.
They got spray paint, guys. We're good.
Hey, guess what? Again, there's this character.
We got you.
There's this character called from the show on Amazon. I forgot. I'm blacking out. Amazon show. What
There's so many
superhero show.
Oh, The Boys.
The Boys, right? Homelander is just a suit. Homelander is just a suit, an entire suit. So
You're gonna wear a Goron suit?
Shoot, Mike, the chick who plays Newman, she would be great for a Goron or for a female Gerudo.
You're right. Ooh. All right. So Matt Power says, "I have a question. What is going on with Nintendo 64 Switch app online? I don't know what is going on. Let's check right now.
We need to be specific. Moving on.
I think it's working.
It's working. Okay, it's working. So the problem solved. We got that.
While we go to the other question, I'm gonna run it here.
James, what about Epic Mickey Rebrought September? Anybody picking that up? I
I
am.
am.
I think I am too.
Yeah.
It's a remake of the
think.
first one, right? It's a remake of the first one.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, not a well.
It's a-
Remaster. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Wait, Paul's trying to
significant
say
enough of a
something.
visual improvement that it's the same game, but
Mhm.
with a fresh coat of paint. If you like Zelda and Mario, then
Part of
chances
this-
are you'll like this, as it's a fair combination of the two.
Okay. So yeah, we're picking it up. That's a good question. And let's go here. We got Chris Lancer. Hello. My God. I see. When do each one of you think they will release the new Switch? I think we will see it in October trailer. We will get the release 6 months after in March. Nintendo's following the same pattern because they are superstitious of success. So they think, hey, Switch did good. Let's go ahead and follow the same kind of pattern we did with the Switch. Why not? Right? So that's my answer.
Whatever works
Ditto.
has worked. Yeah.
In the
I
past,
agree.
yeah. I mean, there's no reason why not to do it, right? We have the accessory for the Nintendo Switch 2 also coming out in October. So that literally maybe they launched that because that's going to be in the trailer shown as like a little sidekick to the Switch where you can charge your Joy-Cons, also leading backwards compatibility. But that could be another really all crazy video that we could do on that or a podcast. But thank you for your question. That's an awesome question.
And
Thank
Joycey left to symbolize that she doesn't think the Switch 2 is coming out anymore.
On the safe end or the
It's never
popular
coming.
end, I think they show it off this October and it comes out March 7th. But on the less popular end, that makes a bunch of people turn into crybabies. They show it off in the middle of March, and that sucker comes out in November.
This is AMR. This is AI. AI.
ASMR.
AI Paul. So
Sassy Paul.
Sassy Paul.
Sassy
Can
Paul.
you imagine?
Hashtag Sassy Paul in the chat. Come on, guys.
Can you imagine if this thing they don't show it out? They said before the end of the fiscal year. That's March 31st.
Again,
Can you imagine
within the fiscal year?
September goes by, Direct, it's not there. October goes by, everyone's dreams are crushed of it, replicating 2016. November and December, they're not going to show it in their holiday and have squashed sales of Nintendo Switch. They don't show it in January or in February. They show it in March.
Listen,
And then they say in March, coming this November. And you know what? Everything was accurate, but
We answered the question.
in 2025, you've got Pokemon Legends, you've got Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. They show off a new Donkey Kong, a new Star Fox, a new Xenoblade, a new Fire Emblem. And are you gonna complain with all that software?
Listen.
Everybody's
We
gonna
gotta
lose
go.
it.
Keep going.
But November 2025 is possible. Don't get too sad if that's when the system comes out. I don't think
Hilarious.
so, but it's
Asking.
possible.
Oh my God.
But Christopher asked, I have an interesting question for the panel, except for Paul. Since Nintendo,
Nobody.
No, we
wants
love
to
you. We
accept
love you, Paul. We
reality.
need you. We need your input.
Paul's my
We
cousin. I
do.
have to love him.
Yeah.
likes to so Nintendo likes to do the exact opposite of what people think they are going to do. What games does everyone think they will not do?
Zelda and Splatoon 4 in the first year.
I think Splatoon 4 will come in the first year because they like to have two Splatoon games per console.
I don't know if that's necessarily true or not.
I mean, there were two Splatoons in Switch, 2 and 3.
I
Yeah,
kind of
but-
feel like Splatoon 2 and 3 could have been one game sort of halfway in between the two's release, like between
What Paul
17 and 19. You could have split the difference and had Splatoon 2 come out in 18, and that probably could have lasted. But enough time now has passed that 4 would come out longer after 3 than 3 did 2. I just want 4 to be much bigger, much more grand in scope. I mean,
Zelda Splatoon World.
I want them to take time on Splatoon.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
we'll see a Splatoon spin-off game. So does that mean maybe we
That's
will?
a good answer. That's a good answer.
That would be cool.
Yep.
I don't think we'll ever see a game with Bowsette.
No.
She
I
shall
don't
not be
think-
named.
I don't think Nintendo will ever write a story that's good enough to actually explain the timeline and still give us more.
That's true.
Bam.
That's true. There you go.
Nintendo has 24 hours to respond.
I like that one. Burn, there you go.
I don't think Nintendo's going to make a Mario pro wrestling game that is a wild pro wrestling style, like WWE game with a bunch of flashy moves, where it's like Mario and Donkey Kong. And
all right, now I want to see it. I like that game.
Features Star Fox.
I would love to see that game, like an arcade version of wrestling, rather than like a simulator, but more like an arcade, over exaggerated moves.
It would fit pretty well. It would fit pretty well.
I love it. I like it. All right, T3MP3K says Lilly Hyrule. Here's a rumor of Switch 2 spec is weaker than Steam Deck. Are you disappointed by this rumor? Hope it isn't real, because that would sucks so much. It's weaker than Steam Deck. Well, it's a rumor, so it's not real.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And second, I keep saying this to everybody that has not been very immersed into every Nintendo IP. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be great, graphics and stuff. It has never been. It'll be great. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to it, of course, but that's not the way that the IPs for Nintendo work. So regardless if it's weaker of the Steam Deck or not, it's not the kind of console. It has never been.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom runs on Switch, y'all.
Yeah. One thing
we got a lot of rumors of the AI upscaling.
Yeah. One thing is that nobody is better at handheld than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right now, Steam Deck can do whatever they want at that point they want, but I do believe the Nintendo Switch will be better and more powerful than the Switch, just because now they're opening up to third-party games, and third-party games will come on the same time, same year as the rest of the Battlefield is coming. Call of Duty is coming to Nintendo Switch too, with no like downscaling whatsoever, with everything in between, just like Zach's cat is in a rock. All right.
Yes.
Ren Olin, it says maybe the reason Nintendo has been sitting on Wind Waker is making part of the GameCube NSO. Yeah, I think that the reason why Nintendo has been sitting on Wind Waker is because they're waiting for it to hatch.
Yeah.
It's not hatched yet. So
There's a side quest in Ocarina of Time that really, really will go with that. Real quick, I can answer that one, I think. The thing about my only thing about GameCube is that I think that they can still make money off of those games if they remaster or remake them or do something. So that's the only reason why I'm not sure if GameCube is going to make it to NSO. However, if Switch 2 plans on lasting as long as Switch 1 is, then yes, I totally agree.
All right, so we're adding Joyce to the wing challenge. Joyce is also going to eat hot wings with us. Because if GameCube
what did I say? She's gonna be like,
if GameCube does make it to NSO, then we're gonna have a hot wing challenge.
Got it.
By Joyce J.
I'll put ketchup on mine. How about that?
Hot ketchup.
No one's gonna know.
Can we come
Oh,
up with
Whataburger does have spicy ketchup.
Can we come up with some sort of bracket? Because right now Mike's got 2 hot wing challenges, one with me and one with Joycey. I need one with Joycey and one with Lily and one with Paul, and Paul needs one with Lily. And
everybody
Joycey
make
and
an
me.
appointment.
Yeah, everybody needs to, and it'll be a big Nintopics podcast event when we have
Let me bust out the Excel spreadsheet.
All right, Krista Porter is asking, and this is going to be a one-word answer for everyone. That way we get. This is the last question of the thing that we have here highlighted in the start. Just name 1 month. Okay, just 1 month. 1 month of the year, or an event. You can say on the next Nintendo Direct or the following Nintendo Direct. All right. So Zelda movie cast, when is the announcement going to happen? I believe it's going to happen in the February Direct, 2025.
I agree with Mike.
And that would put
Anybody else?
that would put the release date in 2026, because I've always said 1 year after the cast is announced, that's going to come out.
I agree.
I'm gonna say October. Me and Mike have answers that are like opposite of what you'd expect.
So you think the cast is going to be in October of 2025? That far?
Oh no, October 2024.
This year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay, but
I'm gonna go with Zach's as well.
I
October.
agree with Mike, but I hope Zach's right.
Yeah, right?
I just feel like from earlier you would have expected me to say February and Mike to say October. So it's just a
What's
funny.
Well, the thing is,
Is that another bet?
what's going on in October though? Like, what's going on in October besides the trailer for the Switch? Because if the trailer for the Switch comes out, no Zelda cast is gonna take away that hype from the Switch 2 announcement.
Oh, I just think it's just kind of playing out the timeline that I think for this movie to get made. I think October's just when the cast gets announced.
And it's just the cast. No trailer, no teaser, just the cast.
They will
I'm
not,
going with
will not
cast
make it-
announcement in December because it's 1 year after they announced the movie. Because they announced the movie like on December 10th
That's a
or
good point.
11th, so 1 year
Mhm.
later, and then the movie comes out 2 years after that, which is a
Do you-
December 2026 film. That's
Do you-
just my nice
But-
prediction.
do you-
The only
I like
problem I see is December 2026 is the same calendar year as the Mario film, which is April
Mhm.
2026. Could
Yeah.
it be too close? Not
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, they have 8 months apart. They're totally different films. One's animated, one's live action. Even
Mhm.
when the animated one comes to home video, that's still going to be enough time in between. So I could see 2 Nintendo films in a year, but that's the only thing that I'm
They're
saying.
very
Maybe
different.
I do think
They're-
by December
so
we're
it
going to
makes
see a third
sense.
movie announced.
of Zelda.
No, just of a Nintendo.
Not. Different Nintendo
Just-
movie.
Yes, so we know we have another Mario World movie and a Zelda. I think
Yeah.
we're going to get an announcement of another one sooner than later.
What movie do you think it is?
Oh, I have no clue.
Star Fox.
Yeah, Metroid. That'd be so sick. Oh, that'd be
Metro
so
will
sick.
be amazing.
However,
Actually, movie or show. I could see a Star Fox cartoon.
But no, there
Aw.
there's another project that Universal is already working with Nintendo animated. That
Yeah.
is not the Mario movie. So it could be
Splatoon.
Oh, so then that.
so it could be the Donkey Kong movie. Maybe later on, but will they announce it that soon before even giving us any more information on the prior engagement?
Maybe. But
I mean, they
with
do give off
my
little
timeline that I said, if October's
I call it Hot Wing Challenge, another Hot Wing Challenge.
I should have been
just
writing
wanna
this down.
eat
I didn't know
hot
we were taking it
wings.
seriously.
Please
All right,
lunch and dinner for the next.
we're just tired, man. All right,
Also, real quick, I think Splatoon would make a good TV show
Yeah, it
for older kids, like 8, 9, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
or it could be like Dora. Do you see the color? Show me the color.
That's 3-year-olds, Mike. That's 3-year-olds.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for the Q&A. Thank you guys. You guys have been amazing. The cast has been amazing also at answering your questions. I hope you guys are satisfied with your questions.
They were good questions.
So yeah, you see how kind of it flowed if you got the questions throughout the podcast and at the end. Sorry, it
Totally
actually
worked.
works pretty well.
Good job.
Yeah. So by the next podcast, we will do that one question per member throughout the podcast. That way, you guys become part of the conversation. And then, of course, at the end of the podcast, we have a Q&A for you guys. So if you choose to have your question in the Q&A as well. So with that, let me put the music on here. I want to introduce the All-Star Cast one more time. The one who made it all possible, Mr. Paul Gill Network. Paul, where can we find you?
Hey, there you
At
are.
the pool.
Are we getting a teaser? Oh my
you-
god.
Can we please
man,
see it?
Is it locked?
rotation's locked.
Probably
locked?
rotation's
What's that?
The thing is,
Fix that
yeah,
real quick.
turn off the camera and then flip the phone first, and then bring it back up. Like turn off,
Ball sighting.
yeah, turn off the camera. Turn
I
off the,
I'm gonna
really
work on
missed
that.
the Pacific time
Yeah,
zone for
now
sure.
flip the camera, and then turn it back on.
It's 8 o'clock where he is. The light is still out. The sun
Hang
is
on,
still
I'm
out
gonna
in
figure this
California.
out. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark until like 9.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
8:11.
Really?
We're okay.
yeah, it's 11 over here.
Sun goes down around 8:30 here.
11:11. Make a wish. Oh, that's in the morning. Never mind.
11.
That's at night
yeah.
too. We're
It
not
works at night.
European.
I
Okay,
don't-
got it.
I'm vertical, right?
You can't take this extra wish from me, Lily.
You got it. You got it. Oh, there's a Super Mario there. I see
There's
it.
Mario. You should ask the chat. Make it a podcast first. Put up a poll. Should I jump in the pool right now or not? If
Do
it's a
it.
50
There's
if
no
it's a
question.
Please do it.
I think if your
51
phone is waterproof, yes.
It's waterproof.
Yeah.
51. No, it has to.
How
be
hot is it?
If
Hold on,
Nintendo's 64% or higher, I jump in the pool right now. So Nintendo's 64% of the chat has to vote yes for jump.
Yes. Everybody vote yes.
The poll, the poll has been placed. The chat voted yes. Go ahead.
Has the poll been up? I can't check.
Well, that's the thing. You can't really confirm.
I need that confirmation.
All right, you're on solo, Paul. Go ahead, jump.
They want you to jump.
Yeah, chat's saying jump.
Our
They're
chat's saying
jump. Yeah.
Jump, Paul. We gotta go home. We tired.
We are going to clip this and share it on social.
Okay.
Wait, don't jump yet. Don't jump yet.
Wait.
Mario,
Put him on single.
Let's see. Should we do a 3, 2, 1?
All right, 3, 2,
2,
1.
Here we go.
Oh, he did it.
We did it. That's podcast first.
Yes, do a flip.
As my phone is now wet and as I am soaked. But
and we can't hear you, so we can't hear you. So I think your phone is
you
broken.
can't hear?
No,
I can hear you. Paul. Go ahead.
Quietly.
Oh, we can't even see you, Paul. I think your phone just broke.
Oh no.
Don't listen to him.
I could go underwater with this, right?
No,
I don't know.
I think
Yes.
you already did.
Yes.
Ready?
Do it again.
It depends on what phone you have.
iPhone 12 Pro, it's fine. Cue that dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We just lost him.
He died.
No,
Of
that's
course
not
he
funny. I
did.
hope not.
Why am I?
Oh,
Why am
knock on
I?
wood. Don't say that.
He's fine, guys.
His phone died, not Paul died. Well,
Okay, now
let's
we
just,
need
let's
to
just
buy
hope
him
that
a new
it's just
phone.
because
he's
of
back,
water.
he's
Yeah,
back.
I think the signal just couldn't get through the water instead of the
Yeah,
air.
it makes sense.
All right, so Lily, what do you have going
Hopefully
on?
we did. That's
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Paul.
that,
That was
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
I needed
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead, Lily.
it was worth it.
Oh.
It was worth it for the clip.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
worth it.
Skip that for sure. Wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody, for spending time with us. As always, on Friday, 8:30, you're gonna see us here live. Also, make sure to follow each and every one of us on our social and show the support. Thank you so much for being here. You can find me as Lilly Hyrule everywhere. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm gonna be finishing the game, and yeah, I don't have anything else pending for this week. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Awesome sauce. All right, and Joycey J, what you got going on, Joyce?
That was the best thing ever. I'm sorry. Paul
Sure
told me that the
was.
pool's the best thing ever. He'll be back.
No, he jumped
Anyway.
back in.
Yeah, he jumped back in. Anyway, I am Joycey J. I don't have a channel and I never will, but you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Joycey, and you can see me, of course, here every single Friday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central on the Nintopics podcast. And if you like Zelda, please message me. I'm just a crazy old lady who likes video games. I gotta say my tagline.
And while Mr. Zach Attack Hendricks puts his social media out, what's he doing? Lily, I have a picture. If you can share it for me,
Yeah, sure.
it's in on Discord. Once after Zach.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my brain's like really fried today.
I'm poking you in the head.
Yeah, no. So you can find me here every Friday at 7:30. Oh, I went the wrong way. I forgot it's mirrored. I just. You know
High
what?
five, Zach.
You can find me in Paul's pool because I think I gotta take a dip. No, you can find me here every Friday night at 7:30 Central Standard Time or whatever other time zones these guys and you all are in. And also everywhere at Zach Hendricks Media or Zach Hendricks Voiceover. The same results will come up either way. And then at Twitter/X/Twix/Elon's Playground at Young Calf Zach.
And that has been Zach, the Attack Hendricks. And I just want to go ahead and let you guys know, guess what? Look, we have a new shirt designed by moi. Okay. It's on the eShop, and it's a temporary shirt that's on the eShop. This will go off the eShop on
The
the
eShop.
not the eShop, sorry. There is new merch. It's called The Shape of My Heart, and we have the Little Hyrule emblem with the Triforce as your heart, right? For Zelda fans everywhere. And it's going to be on mygoddessy.com, which is where you can find all the merch for the channel. If you like this shirt, it's going to go down from the shop the day that the game releases. All right. So for every big game, I'm going to have a different t-shirt commemorating the actual game, right? And so, yeah, if you like the shirt, if you want to get yourself the Shape of My Heart shirt with the Zelda emblem. It's not the Zelda emblem, just for copyright reasons. It's a similar one. It's not called Triforce, it's called Triangle Force. And so
Got it.
Yeah. So
Geometry is important, children.
we also got the Indie Mania t-shirt, which is not on right now, but we have it on also at the shop, and a whole bunch of little goodies there if you guys like to look around. T-shirts are only $15. That one is a little more because there's more art in it. But t-shirts are only $15. I don't like to overcharge for stuff that that if I go to Walmart or Target or whatever, I'm not gonna spend more than $15 on a graphic t-shirt like that. So I'm not gonna charge you more than that on either. So with that, you can find me here at the Odyssey Monday through Friday for the Mike Odyssey show. Mike Odyssey show has been on a pilot, right? The pilot is meaning the first episodes of the show. We've already completed the pilot, and we're making some changes. Mike Odyssey show will do Monday to Thursday with just news, with the news, and then on Fridays will be the full segment with all the little goodies in there. That way, at the end of the week, you get your extra long episode of Mike Odyssey show plus the Nintopics podcast to end your weekend. All right. Besides that, we got Indie Mania coming up in September.
We do.
12, 13 and 14. I am about to leave in about 4 days to Los Angeles to film the entirety of the show. It's going to be exciting. I got my ticket. I got everything done. The studio's been set up, and we are looking forward to filming the Indie Mania show. The developers are going nuts now. They're selling trailers like crazy, and we're just like Paul and I forgot today was Friday just because the entire week has been completely hectic on Indie Mania business. We have a big announcement. I'm not gonna say anything. You'll find out later on. I don't want to say it. I don't want to right now jinx it, but it's the biggest announcement I've made on our channel in my entire lifetime.
Coming soon.
It comes to pass, but we'll talk about that later on. Stay tuned for Indie Mania. It's gonna be a show filled with heart. There's a story to be told, right? And developers of all sizes from every background are gonna be your stars telling that story. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the music video for our personal music. I don't think Zach has had. Have you heard our music?
I don't think I have.
No,
You're gonna love it.
with
Mike wrote
that,
a song about us.
I'll leave you with the music, and you guys can dance with us and everything. Actually, you know what? Let me see if we can find it here. Where is it? The music. It's the music. It's called the Nintopics. Let me turn off this music. It's called.
Ain't never end right.
It's called the Nintopics. Is it called the Nintopics? I don't have a name yet. The Nintopics Blast, the Nintopics Electric Pop, the Nintopics Cast, the Nintopics Baby.
Play the music, Mike. Just play the music. Just play the music, Mike.
There you go.
That's Joycey every episode at the end. We try to end, it doesn't work.
All right, so that's the music. I'll go ahead and put it at the end of the show. That way you guys can listen to while you are,
And reading the lyrics.
Yeah, and reading the lyrics as well. So that's a good thing to point out there. So
I'll let him know, Christopher.
Without further ado, before we let you go, we got 2 things we need to let you know. Very important things. Number 1, Lily.
Never give up.
Joycey, don't do it.
Don't do it, because we need you.
Joycey.
It's important that you don't.
But make sure you journey on.
I can't stress this enough. Don't do it. Don't give up. Don't give up. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself. Can you imagine if you give up today, but that thing you've been waiting for, it comes tomorrow? it's just not worth it. Continue fighting every day. You know, every day is a new day. And of course, Zach and Joycey and Lily.
Journey on.
Journey on.
Yeah. And here's the music video.
Friday's here, let's kick it off. Ready for the weekend, can't get enough. Got my crew, Mike, Paul, Joyce, Lazy's laugh. Zach and Lily bring the fun, we're on the path. It's the Nintopics podcast, right? Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Turn it up, volume high. Nintendo vibes, flying sky. Press play, let's dive in deep. Catching all the secrets we keep. It's the Nintopics podcast, right? Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Strollers, quick stories flow. Laughs and smiles as we go. Every Friday night so bright. Nintopics podcast feels so right. From Mario to Zelda quests. Talking all the games we love the best. Choices, insights, Zach's big grin. Lily's got the news, let's begin. It's the Nintopics podcast, right? Electronic beats and friends by my side. Gaming news and tales we'll share. No better way to start a weekend flair. Controllers and stories flow. Laughs and smiles as we go. Oh, oh. Every Friday night so bright. Nintopics podcast feels so right.
All right.
Knew it.
We are still live. We're here. Hey.
Yes, we're still
Sorry,
here.
y'all.
Are we pointing? Are we pointing? Are
Penny
we
came home.
Yes. Hi. All right, you guys.
Right.
Okay, in the show. I'm tired. I'm old.
Guys, bye.
Good night, guys.
Thank
See you
you.
next week.
Have a good night. Bye.
You find the button. I think that's it.
Keep waving. Keep
Bye.
waving.
Boom. Oh,
Smile
wait,
and
no, it's
nod.
still live. Never mind.
So that